all I'm going to do is the contracts for the Black Hand and the contracts for the Thieves Guild, and then do all my stealing and everything while I'm out and about, just traveling and whatnot to earn money. Hmm. Ah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, that's I gotta get all that up to max right now. Like I said, I just started building this, but then it's gonna be put on hold for a bit because I'm gonna work on I'm gonna start a new character for the new update tomorrow. Yeah, Necrom. So, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh hell, man! You want somebody to play with? I'll play every day with you if you want. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm even. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I got to be chill. This country's cold 80% of the year. So, oh no way. Uh huh. Oh yeah, no. I'm in southern Alberta, so we've got kind of a mix of everything. Um, our winters aren't extremely cold, but they can. We have periods of cold, but then we have what they call Chinooks, where it's almost summer weather, which would be okay. We talk Celsius, so okay. Um, like my temperature right now is 14 degrees Celsius, which is a comfortable temperature for me. Anything from say 20 degrees Celsius to minus 10. Those are my good comfort zones. You know, yeah, I think so. Um, I don't know. I don't have my other laptop up right now. Mm, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, wait, hold on a second. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I lost track of what I was gonna say. Oh, not last week, but the week before that, we had temperatures between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius. So that's close, somewhere around 90 to 100 and something Fahrenheit, I believe, somewhere in there. Yeah, 30 to 40. It was in that range. Okay, so 30 would be 10 degrees cheaper, so you're looking at 94. About. So yeah, we had a few days like that, and my AC couldn't keep up. I live in a mobile home, so of course you're living in a tin box. Yeah, yeah. I'm in the process of renovating everything, so every time we put up drywall, we make sure we re-insulate behind it so that we've got better insulation than what they put in. Yeah. How thick? Um, okay, exterior are 2 by 4 walls for trailers. Yeah, yeah, for that. But I mean, I used to do framing and a lot of the new construction that we did. We would do 2 by 6 exterior and 2 by 4 interior. For a lot, some. Pardon? Yeah, yeah. Because, like I said, sometimes our cold temperatures sometimes can get as low as like minus 35 Celsius. And if you're in northern Alberta and whatnot, you're getting closer to the minus 50. And I've actually worked in that. Yeah, zero here is freezing, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys. That much, that much I do know. Yeah, so it gets cold. Yeah, yeah, because that'd be like -10, -20 yours. So, but yeah, no. Mm, yeah, yeah. No, I would like. I mean, like with my MS, the weather really has an effect on it. When it's hot, my muscles are weak, and it makes it hard for me to move because when you're weak, you don't want to move too much. You know, and then in the wintertime, it affects the other end, the joints and the bones. They ache. So, but like I said, the -10 to the +20 is that comfort zone where it's not too hot, I can still function, and it's not too cold that I can still function. You know, but unfortunately, I don't get that comfort zone too often. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my roommate has got connections all over the city, and he has a friend of his who is getting rid of their old central air system and putting a new one in. And it still works. They're just updating. You know, um, they update everything every couple of years. So anyway, he's gonna give my roommate all the stuff that we need to install central air into the trailer. Which, oh, yeah, that'll be great. But when that happens, I don't know. Because right now he's a roofer. It's roofing season, so he hasn't got a. He works 12 to 16-hour days. So basically, yeah. So, but wintertime, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah. My furnace. If I just got a brand new furnace, but I had to get it covered by my disability because of course I couldn't afford it, but they paid for it. The provincial disability, and but they'd only pay for a new heating one. They wouldn't pay for one that actually had the central air as well. You know, because um, heat is a life necessity, but they don't consider. Yeah, no, unless of course you have a letter from the doctor. Yeah, unless of course I have, documentation from the doctor saying he needs to have this in kind of thing because of his health, that because of my health, but unfortunately no. My doctor doesn't see it that way. He says, you know, because I have a window one, he figures that should be enough. But anyway, are you playing the game right now? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully, well, for me, I don't even know when the update's going to start, and and I just got fiber optic. Yeah, it's tomorrow's Tuesday, but somebody was saying in one of the streams I was watching that um, they're going to actually start updating it Monday night instead of Tuesday morning. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, my updates, or at least my last update, it didn't start till sometime in the morning, so I had to wait till afternoon or early evening before I could play on a Tuesday. Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Ah. Ah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I could always go in and set my time zone to, or my area, instead of it being Canada, I could set it to Australia and I'd get it early, but then I gotta, yeah, yeah. Ah,
You there. Cavalry
ah,
Brigade has need of you.
okay. Ah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, no, I just realized, you know what, as much as I'd like to have it early, I'll just be patient and wait.
Counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside. The Ivory Brigade will find her. You there. A moment of your time, please.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just switched from my one internet provider who didn't have fiber optic to another provider who does for the area that I live in. So I'm not sure how fast the update's going to go this time because I haven't tried it with fiber. Oh yeah, it seems a hell of a lot faster. I mean, um, and, and I'm yeah, everything seems to connect faster. But like I said, I just gonna wait and see and go from there. No, saltwater bait. Okay, I'm doing a little fishing. That's what I like about this game. If I wanted to pause for a bit, I can just stop somewhere and fish. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about Fallout 76 I didn't like is sometimes you get tricked into doing something and then next thing you know you're in PvP and it's like, "No, I don't want to do that." Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it. Um, I've been on and off game. Well, I've been on and off gaming actually since Atari. But yeah, but solid gaming constantly, basically since summer. Since no, since the Xbox came out, the first Xbox, I had one and then it crashed and I couldn't afford to get another one. But then as soon as I could afford to, I ended up getting the new Xbox after that, the Xbox One, and I've been gaming since. Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, mm, yeah, ah, yeah.
I love harvesting
Well,
raisins.
the steady part has been basically since Somerset came out. I mean, I had it more for the kids. Then I started playing a little bit, and I came across Somerset, and I figured, okay, on Game Pass. So I figured, okay, I'll give this a shot. It looks interesting, and I got hooked. And it was my first multiplayer game ever. Yeah. Yeah, I find more friendly in ESO than some of the other multiplayer games.
Time to bring the light.
You know, I mean, yeah, yeah. I found a lot, especially with Fallout 76, a lot of toxicity in some of the groups there. So, hmm, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, no, a lot of it, I think a lot of it has to do, yeah, a lot of it has to do with Fallout 76 is unless they do some major changes with it, it's gonna die. So people are coming in, checking things out, and then leaving again. So yeah. Um, well, no, there's so much with ESO to do. Unless you've completed absolutely everything in every single zone, then well, that's just it. And on top of that, I mean, every year they're coming out with a new zone. You know, it's not like you're waiting 2, 3 years like with Fallout 76. uh, yeah. Yeah, most of what I learned, I had to YouTube it. Yeah, I had to YouTube a lot of it, or I ended up. Well, yeah, if I can't figure it out, and I've tried for a week and I still can't figure it out, then I YouTube it. Mm, yeah. Excuse me. Uh huh.
Magister Ear never let me watch him do this. It's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a few tries with the puzzles to figure out the fact that they actually have clues in the room or the area for the puzzle. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that and yeah. Yeah, well that's just it. I ended up having to YouTube it too the first time I ever did it. And then this time when I was doing this build, I'm here like, okay, I'm looking around. I can't remember how it's done, so I'm looking around for the clue, and there it is, right on the damn thing that slid out of the way. It's like, oh, so simple. Okay. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Give me a sec. I gotta. Yeah. As you hear the barking, that means the puppy wants out. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Lunch? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. But, mm-hmm. Yeah. But that'd be enough to, like, make you cringe a little. Actually, the one that would make me cringe the most is if it was a ketchup package because they're more of a metal to them. Yeah. No, I mean the the, the thing that the packages that the ketchup's in, not metal, but it's got that tinny. Yeah, foil. That's what I mean. See, mouth didn't want to work. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are days that I have nothing but trail bubbles.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey! Over here! I need some help!
Okay.
Thank the eight divines. The dark elf Tanare Vels. She's a traveler I met along the road. Untie me, please. The Sovels will pay well if you help me get Quisly out of whatever
Oh,
trouble
if
she's
you
in.
realize that you've
If you know
flubbed
anyone
up
else
something,
nearby.
just make a joke about it on stream.
Oh, and
You
check
know,
this
make
out.
it make.
I think Tanare. Oh, thank you. Look around, would you? I'd like to examine whatever my attacker dropped.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm actually gonna have to go onto YouTube and watch some videos on how to do that thing because I haven't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got that. I've got my. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but unfortunately, you're not. I've got my stream playing on my phone, and I can only hear me, not you. And so I gotta check my settings here. No, party audio is on. Maybe you gotta set it on yours. It'd be under the yeah, under under more options. I do believe either that or it's when you go into our party chat that we have going. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna pause my music. I might be able to hear better. Hold on. Okay. No. Nope. Nothing came across. Okay. I'm looking at something here. Okay. Invite. switch. Mute everyone off. Switch to game chat. No. Noise suppression. Audio settings. Headset. Yeah.
Okay, no, I had my audio not included with yours. Now you should hear me.
Yep. Now I hear you.
Yeah, there we go. I haven't been in somebody's party while they were streaming, so I just saw that right now.
Yeah. I was trying to. I was trying to remember how to do it because my friend Matt,
So yeah, so
sometimes
we
when
can do
he
this
plays, he'll
until,
add
like I
it.
said, until we could get it all figured out.
Yeah. Well, this way it sounds. At least people know I'm not just talking to thin air.
You're not a madman carrying on a conversation in your head and half
Yeah.
of it out loud. I don't know. Maybe people might be interested in
Hey,
that.
yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, they're gonna think this bald-headed, bearded, crazy guy is talking to himself.
Oh, see, we're the opposite. I got long hair, no beard. You got no hair, long beard.
Yeah, yeah. I'm working on growing it out to like ZZ top level, but that's
Ooh,
gonna take.
nice. I can't grow beard easily
Oh,
or fully.
for the
I have
longest.
Native American blood, so
Yeah.
my beard is splotchy.
Yeah. No, for the longest time, I
Can I
couldn't
watch?
handle growing anything longer than maybe a little bit of stubble for a while, and then it would get itchy, and I would scratch so bad that I had to
Oh,
turn around.
see,
Yeah.
that's where I get limited. As soon as it gets like a, I don't know, like maybe a quarter of an inch,
Mhm.
it's pokey. It's not even just itchy. It literally like needles into my neck area,
Yeah.
like upper chest. Oh, I can't handle
Oh
that.
yeah. It
I
was. It
usually like
was.
shave at that moment.
No, for the longest time I couldn't
Nothing.
handle it,
No,
and
nothing at
then
all.
I decided, I'm gonna try and grow a beard in for the winter because I was tired of my face freezing, and I
Mhm.
got. It took a while. I had to put moisturizer on my face when it was getting to the itchy point to ease up the itch.
Yeah. I
So.
tried one time where I didn't shave for 3 months and I got it longer than a quarter inch, but
Hmm.
it was still just like it was literally like, like
The
pins,
letter.
just
Must
like
also
sewing
follow the
pins just
Tenari
poking
Uh.
me
Vales
in
of
my
the Gamma
skin where
Ray.
it wasn't and but it also like it doesn't
Sakana.
grow straight.
Tenari Vales
So
are
Uh.
mostly in to pay debts in Leowen.
it's like growing into my like growing down and then back towards my neck. So I just moved my head and it was just like felt like I was just being
Tenari
porcupine to
knocked
death.
me out and tied me up.
Yeah.
Of course
No,
he let
some
me.
people just
Idiot.
it doesn't
I
work.
must have just let the
But,
Dark Elf have him.
And then I have like
Different
bald
now.
patches on my cheeks. So like
I should
mm,
I literally had like I don't know if you remember the like early 2000s Wolverine movies, those chops.
oh
I had
yes.
my Wolverine chops for a while, and I had to like this the lower like right next to my mouth on the cheeks. I actually had to grow those long that hair longer um, on the cheeks to cover up my bald patches. Just so like I had to grow my chops out longer to cover the bald patches and keep them
Uh,
like that longer length
yeah.
just to hide my bald patches.
I see. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
maybe there's more
I've
to this place
always
than
I
meets the eye.
I've always had a mustache. That
First time I've had to
I've
look for
always had
Quisly in
from
such a
as soon
rustic
as I could grow
location.
one.
Not his
But
usual
when it
Yeah,
came to
style.
the
when I grew
beard,
my beard out for those 3 months, I had my mustache had like I had like handlebar mustache going.
hmm
Yeah, but I don't look good with just a mustache, and frankly, I don't even look good with a short goatee. But then again, I don't think I look good anyway, so I don't know.
oh
A lot of negative self talk in my head.
yeah, I get that. I'm the same way. I mean, so I'll just yeah. You wanna see? I'm having trouble trying to think of what I was gonna say. Yeah.
That's all right.
Uh, Negative self-talk. I do the same thing. So I mean, you're not alone. But I mean, we all know it's not good for us. So eventually,
Yeah, I know it's not good, but it's still
we just end up
one of
still
those
doing it.
intrusive things. Yeah, it's like, sure, I know it's bad, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean my brain wants to listen to that.
Well, that's like you're in the bar and you see this girl, and it's like, yeah, okay, she's hot, but she's trouble, and you still do it.
Yeah,
That kind of.
those days are behind me, long behind me of even
Oh,
worrying about that stuff.
good God, the last time I had a date, I think I was in my 30s. No, sorry, 16 years ago, obviously, if I have a 16-year-old, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And we were together for 6 years, so 10 years. It's been 10 years since I've actually been in a serious relationship. So,
I realized, I don't know, about 7 years ago now that maybe I'm better off learning to love myself before I try getting in a relationship with somebody else.
I'm actually starting to figure that out now lately. I'm here like, I need to be better about myself before I can get involved. But on the same aspect, I miss the companionship,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know, and not
This is
just.
ESO Old Man Companionship Talk, brought to you by Bronx Smash and Digger. There you go for your stream.
Yeah, that works. Okay,
And it's
where.
you get companions in the game, so it's on brand right now. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's what I'm doing right now for this um, character is getting all my companions and leveling up at the same time.
Let's chat about life in ESO. I don't know. Sometimes I'd love to be in Tamriel in real life, and
Oh,
other times I'm like, yeah, no, that would be bad.
honestly, I believe I would probably have done better for myself if I had grown up in that era. You know, the swords and the horses and all that. You know, like this
Well, I
the
mean, if you want to
18th,
draw
17th.
comparisons,
You know,
like peasants in the medieval ages had
oh,
more
I'd be a
free
baron.
time and better off than us plebs now. So,
Yeah,
if
that's
you want to
true.
draw comparisons,
Yeah, that's true.
the barons and landowners knew that if your peasants aren't happy, they're not going to want to work, and if they don't want to work, well, you're not going to get crops for your kingdom.
Uh huh.
So that's totally the opposite now. It's like, no, you gotta work a full-time job, have 10 side gigs, and just
Yeah.
barely scrape by now.
Oh, good God. Yeah. I mean, shit. And if you're on a pension or disability, because I'm on both, my
Hmm.
disability, uh, like, okay, the way the federal government here works, you have a federal veteran pension, um,
Hmm.
and then provincially, they have programs that you can get on if you're disabled. So I'm on my provincial program, and I've got my Canada pension, but I'm on the
Okay, yeah,
disability because I'm under 65. You
yeah.
know.
See, like, the messed up thing about for me is I've basically been technically disabled my whole working life. So, and I've never held a job down really long. So, like, our Social Security slash disability goes off of what you paid in.
Yeah.
So I don't make a whole lot
Oh
because
God, yeah.
because I didn't work, like 9 to 5 for the last 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
to that point.
Well, yeah,
So
my it's the same up here. It's a portion you pay in when you're working. You pay in a certain amount to CPP, which is Canada
Mhm.
Pension, and and then when you need to access it, you get a portion of that back that you've paid in, uh, equivalent to what you've paid in. But
yeah,
um, okay, provincially, I would get something like 1488 Canadian.
okay.
So that's probably a couple of thousand American and the way the exchange rate is.
Yeah, on 14, yeah, the exchange rate that's close to like 2,000, I think
Yeah,
here. It's like not that big of a difference, but it's big enough that
yeah.
close
And
to
then
2,000, I
and
think.
then with the pension, it's I get about 11, but a portion of that was my portion for having my son live with me. So I lose a portion of that now that he's living with his mom.
Yeah, yeah.
But um, the provincially, they take the federally money, they deduct it dollar for dollar. So
Okay.
I get, well, once they take the 200 off, I'll get 800, $900. So that'd be about 1100 euros. Well, they would take that off the 22 or so I would get from provincially. They take that off, so I'd only end up living literally on 11, 1200 a month.
That's more than I get.
Yeah, but up here, everything is three times as expensive.
Oh yeah, it's not much better down here.
Yeah,
I literally get I get like 661 a month from my disability.
ooh, ooh,
Almost 666. Yeah. If it wasn't for my part-time job, like
yeah,
I still can't afford to live without roommates, even when I am working.
yeah. Well, that's why I had to take on roommates because I couldn't afford to keep going. And that's when my son was living here. I took on one more roommate, like one roommate, because I had an extra room,
Mm.
to make up a bit. And then when he moved out, well, okay, fine. I'll got another room. I'll get another roommate. Make up for the money that I lose with him moving out. You know, because when he's not here, I don't get the child portion of my pension
Yeah.
or the child portion of my provincial disability. So that's almost $500 gone right there. But when it comes to going out, say buying food and stuff, I
Oh yeah, food. Oh god.
amount
Oh yeah,
that
same here.
yeah, it's the same everywhere. I get that, but cost of living hasn't gone up. The money we receive doesn't go up
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah,
because, but yet everything else has gone up that you're paying through the nose. You know.
yeah. The cost of living has gone up. The cost of food has gone up,
Yeah.
and our disability barely even changed with that. We got a little bit of a bump here, our Social Security payments and disability. We got a little bit of bump, but that was
We
just enough to just barely, like, not even offset the full cost
yeah
of the
we got
cost of living hike.
we got maybe $20, $30 increase. That's it.
Yeah, that's about what we
It-
got here.
yeah. It's like a few loaves of bread, jug of milk, and maybe a can of coffee if you're lucky.
Yeah,
Basically, it's crazy. But I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing is like,
God forbid you have any
Canada
bad
has.
habits.
Oh, God,
I
I'm so glad I
smoke,
quit
so
smoking when before just before my youngest was born. I quit smoking, and that back in California 15 years ago, it was like $5 a pack, $6 a pack.
Oh,
And then now it's like
10,
I don't even know
15
what it
years
is now,
ago.
but
Let's see. Canadian, we're paying per pack. We're paying, if you're buying brand name, paying about 20, $22 a pack.
oh, that's insane.
You know, but I've got to connect to the reserves, so I get my cigarettes at $60 a carton, which works out to about $10 a pack.
$60 now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, see, that's what we were paying
for
back
the
in California 15 years
reserves
ago.
for the reserve packages, like the ones from the native reserves up here.
Yeah.
They actually make cigarettes and sell them, and if you have the right connect, you can get them even though you're not a treaty card holder. And
Mhm.
it's $60 for 200 cigarettes, but they're 20 packs, so you get 10 20 packs. That's $6 a pack.
Yeah, that's what we were paying like
Compared to
15 years ago in
22 we're
California.
paying it if I went to the store and bought
Yeah, no, that's
them.
ridiculous.
It's the only way I can afford to keep smoking right now. If I
Yeah,
had to
I would
buy
definitely
no,
be looking in a way to cut that bag down to almost nothing if I were you.
well,
That's just crazy.
I would too, but it's the only thing keeping me from killing people.
Oh no, yeah, no, I get that, man. I totally understand that.
You know, I mean, yeah, I'm heavily medicated for all sorts of stuff, but when it comes to keeping me as calm as I possibly can in certain situations, cigarettes. I mean, I don't drink. I do a little bit of, like, I do some weed here and there, mainly because of pain relief, like CBD stuff,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, uh, with a little bit of TC. I mean, I still like to have a bit of a buzz, but I like to still be in full control,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
definitely.
Okay, where is this person I'm looking for? Okay, I went too far. Where
You
did
know,
I
like we've got here in PA, they've legalized medical marijuana,
go? Mm-hmm.
but they haven't done it recreationally, like
Oh,
California and like a bunch of other states have.
oh, we're legal straight across Canada for recreational and
That's
medical.
nice.
It's right across. Yeah, it's they. Our prime minister, when he first got elected, that was the first thing he did was legalize marijuana, and then after that, he's fucked the country.
Well, and he probably wanted to invest in that weed money.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say in MTP's chat was that, like if you look at our systems, it's like, oh, drugs are illegal, marijuana is illegal. Let's prison people for it. Now it's just like those same people that were wanting to throw people in prison for selling it. They're like, oh, well, you can make that much money. Sure, we'll legalize it and make
yeah,
that money. So we take it away from those people. It's a messed
I
up
know.
situation.
Yeah, well, now they realize how much money they're gonna make off of it if they tax it.
Okay,
They'll
well,
make it. They're probably making more off of selling legal medical marijuana down there or legalized up here than they do off of cigarettes or anything else that they tax the crap out of.
yeah.
You know,
And that's the thing. Once they realize that it can be big business, everybody just wants a chunk of
oh
it.
yeah,
They want to get their money.
You should get out of here too, stranger. I've met no one by that name, but their courses.
yeah.
Before we continue,
And they've
let's
actually
talk
made
about
it where we can actually per household we can grow up. Is it per household or per adult in a household? You can grow up to 4 plants for personal use.
Oh, that's not bad. I know they had that in. I think they did that in California as well. When they because before it became legal recreational, it was medical, and that was the thing. Like people could have like so many plants for medicinal
need
reasons,
some of the decorations.
and then before it became recreational, there were actual like professional growers that were able to grow plants for specific people,
This mess, but so be it.
and then it just became fully legal
Guess he got
recently.
the
So,
important stuff in now.
Eh, my
but
roommates
here,
just my roommates just come home because they couldn't stay on the roof. The winds got up to 90 kilometers. What is that in miles? 65?
What was that?
55 mile an hour winds on top
55 miles an hour winds. Oof,
on a
that's
roof,
rough.
and he's on an.
Yeah.
They were on an 810 roof, so it's a real steep peak.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did some roofing. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah,
55 miles an hour on an 810 roof. That's nasty.
yeah,
I wouldn't want to be on that.
yeah. They don't like
I only
being
did.
on
I
it
only
when it's
personally
not
worked
windy.
flat roofs, but yeah, I've only personally worked flat roofs. So yeah, I wouldn't want to with
Well,
winds like.
that's usually what they do is they work like 412s and stuff like that. But they get the odd steep peak one here and there now given to them. Like, so I mean, if you can get
It's
it
funny.
done and done safe but fast, it's actually good money doing those high peak ones because you get paid more for doing it.
Yeah,
Per
because
s-
nobody wants to do it.
yeah, but yeah, I think this is the last high peak one of the season for them because they've had nothing but issues with it.
When I
So,
did roofing, the
I know.
owner and
Allowing me to sleep
the owner and
underground
boss
sustained you.
actually had to go out and get a new ladder
That's what
for me to
happened.
use.
I've lost
mm,
My big brick poop house self was like literally bowing the thing feet going
uh,
up on the second story. Like he said, he watched as I was climbing up with gear and everything. He said my feet were almost touching the wall at one point.
ooh, then that's no good.
Yeah, he said I got up there. We pulled all the rest of the supplies up. He's like, we got stuff situated, got the crew situated. He's like, hey, let's go to the store. I need to pick up something. And we get there, and he picks up this brand new ladder, like, beautiful ladder. And I'm like, why are you getting a ladder? He's like, oh, don't worry about it. So he sets up the new ladder. He's like, and then like the next day, he's like, oh, don't forget to leave Brian at this job site and take the old ladder to to go do the inspection and appraisal on the new roof. And I'm like, what? He's like, oh, the new ladder's Brian. We named it after you. He's like, you were bowing that ladder so much you were almost touching the wall. Apparently, he had that thing since he started roofing, and it had been on the five, like flown off the back of his truck so many times, and like it was pretty bad. But you know, he was like, I didn't. There was no need to replace it. It was still fine until you got on it.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
at that time, I was like 280 pounds.
Ah, that's actually not
Like,
bad. I wish I was 280 pounds.
no, I'm over that now.
I'm 100 pounds heavier.
I'm not that bad yet.
Well, at one time I was 532, and then I had my stomach stapled, like a
How'd that work?
bypass surgery. It worked great. I went down to 100 and 198 pounds.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's actually really good.
in a year. And then of course, they say you're going to gain a little bit back once you start eating again. You know,
Yeah.
um, which I did put on. I went up to about 225, and then I had a stroke, and
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna really
I,
mess with you.
yeah, I couldn't move, I couldn't do things, I couldn't exercise, none of that stuff. So I just ended up putting another 50, 60 pounds on, and then at the same time I had crappy teeth, so I was eating stuff that
Oh, them
was,
luxury bones
yeah,
are so expensive. I don't know if they're as bad in Canada as they are down here to get them worked on.
uh, what, to get the operation and stuff done?
No, the to get your teeth worked on.
Oh, well, unfortunately, or fortunate enough, because of the stroke and everything, and my teeth were so bad that the doctors figured that the teeth may have caused the poison from the rotten teeth may have contributed to me having a stroke. So
Yeah, if you had a clot, yeah.
they forced welfare to pay for a whole new set of dentures for me.
There you go.
So
Yeah, here in the States, it's expensive to get any work done on your teeth.
it's expensive medically down there. Period. Up here, at least
Oh
we have
yeah.
free medical.
Well, that's why I call teeth luxury bones because they're not covered under normal medical insurance.
Yeah.
You have to have dental insurance, which is not covered by Medicare or Medicaid.
Ah. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I call them luxury bones because it's a whole
I don't
different
know
set of
why you're
insurance and a
angering
whole
me.
nother scam.
You have no
Yeah.
idea who you're dealing with.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Give me patience.
Now I am lucky. When I moved to this state,
Mm.
I had a busted wisdom tooth and impacted my lower wisdom teeth were growing towards the front of my mouth at about
Uh-huh.
a 45-degree angle. And I did find a dentist here that like one month, one day of the month, he would work on low income people for free,
The daughter of
and it was kind of
King
like a
Louis.
lottery system.
I
Like
don't
only
believe
so
him.
many people got
I
it,
think he
and
knows.
it was kind of at
However,
his discretion.
the
So
only
you didn't
unknown.
you didn't know if you were going to get the work done, but I
Please,
was able to
I'll tell you
have
anything you
enough
want.
money to
Just
cover it if I
let me
needed
go.
to, and they actually ended up doing it for free for me. But
Oh, wow.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
I was so lucky. I had two teeth pulled, and yeah, and like he wasn't too sure about the my top wisdom tooth that had shattered because I had three teeth pulled. I had the top wisdom tooth pulled, the lower left wisdom tooth, and the tooth in front of that. And that's the reason why I went in because I was literally injecting myself with Novocaine because it had become septic. It was
Uh,
so painful.
uh,
And
yeah.
I was telling him like I was talking to him, and he like injected me with the first round of Novocaine, and I didn't realize that you'd go that far into the gums and all that with the Novocaine. It's like, oh man, I haven't been going that deep with my Novocaine. And he's like, you injected Novocaine? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where'd you get Novocaine? I'm like, oh, my buddies were in the military. They had first aid kits that we built for everybody while we were out off roading. So if we needed to, we could suture ourselves and do all that stuff.
Man, that's good.
But yeah, that's how bad it was. I was like shooting it into the tooth area where the pain was, into my gums.
Mm,
So I finally was able to see that person,
yeah. Well, that's good
and he was
news.
using like 1940s style tools, like all like no
Oof. Yeah.
like everything was like old school, like the needle and all that was the syringe was like metal with the glass tube,
Yeah.
ancient stuff. But I mean, at that point, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oops, I shouldn't cuss. I did not at that point.
No, that's
I
okay.
needed
My,
those teeth
my
out.
my stream is live and uncensored, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Well, I still try not to curse too much.
Okay. Excuse me a second.
Yep.
Oh, I hate that.
Coughing fit.
Take a sip of something and it irritates the throat to make you cough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then
I get that
again,
a lot with carbonated.
yeah. Oh,
Help! You want to die? These crystals! Please, they're killing me!
oh, okay.
Yeah, like if I take a hit of soda or something and it does that, it's the worst.
Oh, yeah. Worst is too is if it comes out your nose. It burns.
What was that you were breaking up?
I said if it comes out your nose, it burns.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. I also don't like
Yeah.
when you get that. Like if you take like a too big of a swallow of like a freshly dispensed fountain soda,
Uh huh.
get that like carbon bubble in your chest. That's the
Oh
worst.
yeah. Had that happen.
Feels like your whole. I don't know. I can only compare it to what I would think it would feel like. It feels like
Please, Vec.
a chest
Thank
burster
you
from
so much.
Alien coming out of your
Uh
chest.
Talk.
huh.
Safely.
Yep. I get that. I've had that. All sorts of crazy shit happen. More so ever since the stroke and the MS, because your
Oh
muscles
yeah,
are
well,
always
your whole
all.
body's gonna be all messed up.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh,
But
I don't
for
know what.
for the longest time, I had to turn around and wear an eye patch because I was seeing double. Yeah, until they put me on
That's the one
this.
thing I want to avoid.
Yeah, until they put me on this new med for the MS, and then the double vision cleared up. So
That's good. Maybe it was the MS that was causing it because that's a neurological thing, right?
yeah, yeah. What it does is on the ends, your nerve endings or your nerve connections, they have what they call
Mm.
myelin. It's a coating that goes over those connections or endings. Well, what MS does is it eats that away, so that the endings are all raw, and
Mm.
then you get lesions and whatnot on your brain as well. I mean, I just had an MRI, and I'm lucky I have no new lesions, so I'm not progressing badly, kind of thing at the moment.
I thought I'd slip it. Not much. He
But
must be in.
That's good.
I found. I did. He must
it's
be
just
indeed. Good.
it took a while for me
Saul
to
lost
get
much
my
space before
refill
my
of
fight.
my MS meds because for some
Careful
reason
away if you run into more
um,
cultists.
they
As for that
didn't get
ritual,
approved.
no
I had to
connection.
go through and get a special
Cultists
pre-auth,
definitely go
and
on
that
and
took a
on
couple of
about
months to go
Mm.
through. Usually it's well, because I had changed doctors, and I guess the doctor I had before just had it automatically sent every time my year
Yeah.
long renewal was up. Well, with the new doctor, he didn't know he needed to send that request in until I
Yeah.
tried to fill it, and at the time they were like $2,200 Canadian a
Oh,
month for the pills. You know,
that's
um,
insane.
yeah. But now, being that it's approved, they approved the generic version, which is only $540 a month. I mean,
Is that
but
out of your
it's
pocket or?
still no, it's covered. I don't
Okay,
have to
good.
pay.
Yeah.
There's no copay, no nothing. I pay nothing. Everything is completely covered. But certain medication, I it got to get certain special requests, and it takes time
Yeah.
for that to come through. Yeah, so I just finally got it back after 3 months of being without. So I'm starting to slowly feel a little better and getting a few things here and there done. But
It sounds like you guys have a bit of red tape when it comes to your pharmaceuticals, but not as bad as here.
yeah, no, there's a little bit of red tape depending on what it is that you're going for, you know. But most times, I mean, if you're on a provincial program or a federal program, you're usually mostly covered. But if you're on a private program, like they do have private
Yeah, I heard about that.
setups for medication and stuff, and then they do have copay and stuff. But as far as going to see doctors or anything like that, you don't have to pay. I mean, each province has their own system, you know. But right now, I'm in Alberta, and it's free Alberta. It's free healthcare and everything. I mean, unless you're on a provincial program and whatnot, like if you're on a provincial program, you're fully covered. But if you're not and you're working, well, then you can get what they call Alberta Blue Cross, and you only pay a portion, like a very small portion.
Yeah, it's like a scale, like sliding
Yeah.
scale for your income, right? Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
it's not completely free, but it's
The
subsidized.
medication, no. But as far as
Yeah.
the healthcare itself, yes. You know, I can go to the hospital, I can go to the doctor, I can whatever, and I don't end up with $100,000 bill at the end of the month because I had to go see somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. We've actually had um, around the time of the pandemic and slightly before, we had people like actually making trips to Canada to get like insulin
Yeah.
because it was like so much cheaper without insurance to get it there than here
Yeah.
with insurance.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
And
why
it's not
there's a
like it's
lot
like
of
any different than like the insulin here is the same as the insulin there. It's like it doesn't cost any different to mass
well,
produce.
that's the thing. It's made by the same companies.
I thought I'd slip in.
Yeah. So because everything here is for profit,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get that a pharmaceutical company needs to make money to invest in making better things, but like when your CEOs and the heads of the
I
company are
know what I
making
saw on the
billions, like
map.
does that make sense? No.
Maybe the
No.
map showed it. Isn't here?
Like oh, you only made 2 billion this year. How about you only make 500 million and put the
Yeah.
rest of it back to help people get your medications instead of
I was
making
right.
them poor.
Yeah. Really,
Any
it's
of that map
crazy.
knows anything?
And if they come across something, say you have a medical condition that's a rarity, and so you're only say 1% of the population. Well, the drug companies don't even bother making anything for it if they have it. They make stuff that'll treat it, but not stuff that'll cure it because
Hmm.
they make more money off the treatment than they could do the cure. Which,
And it's all just so BS.
yeah, it's all for profit crap. Yeah, it's crazy.
See, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on here. If they
Okay.
could make a cure, they wouldn't give it to the average person, or they'd price it so high out of the average person's thing, so only
Yeah.
them and their buddies could have the cure. So,
Yeah. Yeah. The one percenters.
If he's been
yeah.
here long enough,
Yeah, it's
what if the
crazy.
cultists come? Perhaps.
And unfortunately,
I'd
it's.
rather not fight
I
them if
mean,
you have to.
the one percenters get away with a lot here too. But um,
I'm not all for people making money, but at a certain point, it's just like you make so much money, you will never spend it. Even if you spent like thousands of dollars a second, you will still never spend it in your lifetime. That
In fact,
when you
it
have
appears to
that
be
kind of
lost.
mm,
money that you just could like you could just be burning it every day and
Your
still
dark
not like
elf
make a dent
must
into
be
your
the
wealth.
curse of
That's
the
yeah,
ridiculous.
Inquisition.
I know.
I have heard the
Yeah.
name.
Like when you've got the
Sithis
the
Sentinels. These
the
miserable Sithis
wealth of a
pretenders.
second world country, then
I'll
there's
consider
something
it
wrong.
payback for the way they locked me up.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
They hid the
I mean,
secret
why?
fragments
What do you need?
under that
eh,
crate over there by the wall.
What can't you get
It's a
with a
chance.
few million
I cannot believe the
that you
sorcerer's
got to make
secret
billions?
individuals might have a genuine insight
Exactly.
into the
I
dark
mean, it
mysteries.
just makes no sense. I mean, personally, if I was making, well, mind you, if I was making 100,000 a year, I'd probably end up living beyond it a little bit. But I mean, that's just human nature, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
trust me, if I had that kind of money, even a portion of it, a tenth of it, I would do 10 times better than I am now. You know,
You know,
but
I'm living on their pennies.
mm-hmm. Oh, you barely. We're all barely surviving. I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like I'm getting a lot, but I mean,
Oh
when
no,
you
I
when you
understand what the difference in
in
um
exchange and
yeah,
the cost of everything is,
because like Australia, their cost for everything is double, but their minimum wage is also more than double what we get here in the states. So it's
yeah,
all relative to the country's economy and everything. That
yeah.
yeah, I
Our
understand that. So yeah.
our minimum wage is 15 something an hour, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah, like in PA, I think we're at like, I think we might be close to $8 an hour,
Yeah.
and that's being generous on the high side. And it's probably like 7.25 or 7.50 or something like that.
Mm,
So yeah, so we're like half your minimum wage. So your cost of living is obviously going to be a bit higher
yeah.
because everybody's minimum is higher.
Yeah. So it's just it's
Yeah, like I
crazy.
know, like the Australian minimum wage that number I'm going off is like 15 years out of date at this point, almost
Mm-hmm.
10 years, 10 plus years out of date.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had tried starting a game store in um, in 2011, something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
people were complaining about like Games Workshop miniature wargaming model kits going for double what they did in the states. And
Mm.
when I did research on it, I was like, oh well, yeah, you guys make $15 an hour, so they've definitely say, oh, you have more money, you can spend more money.
Yeah.
Type of BS there.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous too. Like, oh, you make more money, so we can charge you more because you have that extra income.
But it basically it just puts you right back to where you were, even though you're getting more
Exactly,
money.
exactly. So your 2,000 Canadian is the
Mm-hmm.
equivalent of like around 1,000 US or less.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so I totally understand that. Like, I get that. Not a lot of people
yeah.
understand the way that
No,
those
sometimes
economies.
you say a few thousand a month, and they're thinking, "Holy shit, man, that's a lot of money." Yeah, well, compared to what we have to pay up here, no, it ain't.
Oh, I
No.
remember around the time of the pandemic, so like 2019 around here, people they were talking about how they wanted to cut free lunches for like they were going to cut free lunches for a lot of children, and
Uh huh.
I did the mistake of engaging people online, and
Mm.
I explained to them it's like, look, I'm on a fixed income, blah 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 blah. This is why, and they were also talking about like for food stamps, they wanted people not to be able to buy soda or coffee and all that. And I was
Uh huh.
explaining to them kind of like what was going on, and it's just like, they're like, oh, I wish I didn't have to pay for this, and this, and I'm like, you think I don't pay for that?
Yeah.
I'm still obligated to pay these things. I still pay deductibles. I still pay, all the stuff that you're telling me that
Mm-hmm.
you think I don't pay, and it's like, no, I have this much money, and I still have to pay those things. So I don't know where you're getting this information from.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah, granted, I don't have to pay for my insurance because I've already paid that through my job, through my taxes. So
Yeah.
it's like I still paid for it.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm still paying for it.
This should take us
My
right to the
job, they still
Colosseum
take
Temple.
taxes out. So it's
Come
like,
on.
come
Yeah.
on, people.
Well, that's just it. If I was actually working a job, I'd still be paying into Canada pension. I'd still be paying my taxes.
I stumbled.
Even though I'm on assistance, in my pension,
Yeah.
it's
And
just
that's the one thing people don't understand is that, like, you paid for that already. Like,
yeah.
you might not be directly paying for it now. You're getting the benefits from that. It's not like the government's giving some free money and giving
Hmm.
me everything free. No, I'm getting back what I already paid into.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I made the mistake of engaging people and trying to actually have a conversation with people on the internet who are
Yeah.
keyboard warriors.
Politics and religion are the two things you try and avoid online because that
Mm.
just causes all sorts of drama.
You don't have to tell me that twice. And heck, my last group of friends I had on Xbox, I had to drop because they were very toxic with that kind of behavior. The one was ex-military, so he just liked to stir the pot and be a
Mm,
troll, which just is not. I just couldn't handle it, so I just had to walk away from that group because of that. It's like I can't be around you. It's too toxic.
yeah.
So I did have one guy that always loved when because I didn't talk a lot in chat. I'd sit and listen. Like I said, I'm more of just sit back and just listen to people now instead of just straight up talking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That every time I spoke up, he realized shortly that if I was saying something on something, that it's probably good to listen to me, that I might know what I'm talking about. And he would always fact check me. He would always fact check me if I said something, like, talked about something. He'd always look it up and like actually do research when he thought he was right. And then he'd come back to me. He's like, dude, I don't know why I keep doubting you. Every time you say something, you talk about something, you're like 98% right on everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I keep fact checking you because I can't believe that you say
Yeah.
something. He's like, every time you talk, I'm just gonna listen to what you say, and then do some fact checking. But I'm just gonna just instantly assume that you know what you're talking about. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I was told a long time ago is let people think you're stupid, and don't say anything. Let people think you're stupid, then open up your mouth and prove them right.
Yeah.
So I try not to talk about anything that I don't really know much about, and when I
Yeah.
do,
I agree. I mean, if I don't know
if I
enough
have
about it, I
no
try and keep my mouth shut.
I listen
You
to
know.
that, and then I will do research if we're talking about something. Like you said with
Yeah.
the Canadian like welfare or not
Yeah.
welfare, but like Medicare and disability stuff. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to be like, oh well, it's this. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You
Well,
tell me it's
each
one way,
each like I said,
I'll
each
look it up. And
province has a different system and whatnot. But right now in Alberta, it kind of works so everything is free, except for, like I said, with me, I'm on assistance, so yeah, most of my medications are covered. I mean, certain things, but they don't count them as medications. Like if you're prescribed a vitamin or an
oh yeah,
iron
so like more like
supplement,
over the counter stuff.
yeah, something that would be you could buy over the counter, but it's prescribed, then you got to pay for it. But you pay uh, a drastically less amount than you
Yeah,
would over the
you pay
counter. That's why
pay
they
yeah,
prescribed it. So,
and that's the way like
yeah.
your guys' like system like sounds like I don't know. I haven't experienced it because I've heard that there's like long wait times or whatnot, but like your system sounds like it would be way better to be involved with than our system.
I
From
think,
from an outsider's point of view, I think it would be better.
yeah.
But and that can always be the grass is always greener on the other side kind of thinking.
Well,
So like
that's just
I
it.
would be like, oh
I can't say one way or the other because I've never experienced what it's like to be down there.
yeah.
So I can't
So
say for
I wouldn't
sure.
mind going out there and living there for a couple of years and experiencing it myself, but that would be
Hmm.
a huge pain.
Mm,
But just like that whole idea that an over-counter medicine is, you still pay for it, but it's at a reduced rate.
yeah.
That sounds like they just like, nope, you just got to buy it over the counter. Sorry, we're not going to cover it. Not
Hmm.
giving you a discount. You can buy it like everybody else.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
certain things actually I find deals where I can turn around and get a year's worth for almost the same amount as I would pay if they sent it through a prescription, like Costco. Um,
oh,
my daily
Costco
aspirin.
is great sometimes.
Yeah, well, my daily aspirins that I'm supposed to take, I can get a 2 pack of bottles at Costco for like $8, $9, and each bottle has 365 pills, and I only have to take one a day, so that's 2 years worth of pills. And I just
Yeah,
ran
that's
out,
nice.
so I haven't made it up to Costco to get more yet. But yeah, it comes in handy when you find deals like that. You know, I just haven't been lucky enough to find them for my iron tablets. Otherwise, I'd do the same.
I can't imagine years ago. I
I'll be
lived
right back. I'm going to go grab some more coffee, and I'll be just a minute.
Yeah, that's okay. I gotta hit the washroom too.
I've paid my debt to his family 3 times over. All right. I think I know how to sort this out. If Tenare is prepared to listen, that is, I'm willing to overlook the knock on the head to settle this. personal against him. Well, no more than anyone else who meets him.
Okay, I'm back. You there?
Or else she'd bring
Yeah, I'm
Quistis
here.
and might kill him.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I always think things, like grass is always greener type of stuff. It might be better. I don't know. Until I experience it, I just always assume it
Yeah.
seems better.
Yeah. That's the thing. I've in my 54 years of starting to figure out that yeah, it may look greener, but you make do with what you got because you never know. It could be
Yep.
worse. On the other side, it may look better, but it could actually be worse. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be some sort of trade-off to it too, right?
Mhm.
Just because it's good this way, there's other things that might not be good.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll threaten to tell his.
Like you said,
What do you
like
think?
the cost of your stuff is usually higher.
Try?
Mhm.
So it's like, oh yeah,
You
I'd
last
get
talked about
free medical,
Quistis'
but like
demise.
my cost of living
What kind
might
of
be
proof would
doubled.
you need?
Yeah.
I'm clearly not dead.
If I bring Quistis' signet ring to
There's
life,
one person I follow on Twitter.
you'll
She moved to France to open up
That's what I was
a bed
thinking.
and breakfast,
I'll tell
Mhm.
the Sobels that Quislis
and
signet
she
ring
talks
is
about all the
mine.
good stuff there, but also
I'm right
the
here.
not so good stuff there that people might not talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you a damn.
Yeah, so yeah,
Amen,
it's like getting
search.
that full perspective.
Well, yeah, it's like most anything in life, until you actually experience it, you can't say one way or the other, right? Yeah,
my account with last told.
but
And perhaps clear yours with this ingrate and his family too.
I know my goal right now is to
I'll see Quisly on his
like
way.
long term goal is to get a workshop to have all my tools in where I can go and make things and build things
mm,
and just have like a tiny home to live in. I
yeah,
don't want
well,
to own like I don't want a huge house to maintain. I don't want like a mortgage.
I've got a year left on my final payout for my trailer, and then it's completely 100% mine. And right now, my goals are basically fix up the trailer, fix up the yard, and then go from there.
Like right now I live in basically a 20 by 20 space.
Yeah.
So
It's a little small.
I don't need much of when it comes to living space.
Mm. Well, actually, now that it's just my kids are all out gone. I mean, when I got the trailer, there was me, my daughter, and my son.
Yeah,
So needed a big place, and then now it's just me, and like I said, I've taken on two roommates.
two roommates and
So and my puppies.
what kind
I
of
got
dogs do you have?
three. I got three dogs. I got two border collie crosses and a
Mhm.
boxer bulldog.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I really want a French bulldog.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they're like a highly sought after designer pet, which I like their size and their kind of attitude. So
Yeah.
small,
Well,
but
yeah, they're small and friendly enough, and
don't need like hours upon hours of exercise,
yeah.
and are just comfortable enough. Like, so if I'm playing video games, they can be like right next to me, with me,
Mhm.
enjoying that time, and then like have maybe a half hour out in the yard to run around, and then be like, okay, I got my picked up energy out. Let's go veg again.
Mhm. Yeah. No, well, I let the dogs out so they can do their business and stuff, but I've got a big yard, but unfortunately, my border collies like to jump my fence, so I need to build a bigger
Oh
fence.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I,
Border collies are energetic.
oh yeah, well they're work animals basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's but I've got a big enough yard that if I had a big fence, they'd have lots of run room. But unfortunately, I got to tie them up until I get the fence done. But I've got like 30 feet that they can still move around. I mean, it's not like they're stuck in a small space. I've
Yeah,
given
that's
them enough lead on the chain and the leashes. But it used to be, I could leave them out for 20 minutes, half hour sometimes, and it was fine. But I've got two neighbors who do nothing but complain about the dogs if they bark even for 2 minutes.
yeah, that's never a good thing
No,
when you got neighbors like that.
but
Neighbors ruin any it can ruin any situation.
yeah,
It can be really great or the
I
worst.
adjusted. I just put them out a little more often. I mean, sure, they're out a shorter time, and I got to put them out a little more often. But then doing that, it gets me up and moving around too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like
So
especially with you,
there's a bit of a bonus.
I'm sure for you
Yeah.
with your MS and after the stroke and all that, getting up a little bit more often is better than doing it once or twice a day.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So, but yeah, usually I've got one laying at my feet when I'm streaming, or they'll sit beside. They'll come up and they'll just kind of stare at me and look at me, like my little boxer is doing right now. Yeah. No, see. I've had Sally 11 years. That's the oldest one. That's my border collie. And then there's Molly. I've had her just about 10 years. I got her about a year after because she's the pup of one of Sally's sisters. So,
Okay.
and then the bulldog I got a few years back as a birthday gift from a friend of mine who breeds bulldogs. And this time around, she bred her bulldog and her boxer, and they're both purebred breed. Like the mother and the father are both purebreds. So this is like a new breed, a boxer bulldog
Okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but, and she is the biggest suck around. She loves to cuddle
Oh yeah.
and
Probably
stuff.
big and heavy too. If she's even close
Well,
to a bulldog size.
um, yeah, but she's not round like most bulldogs
Okay.
are.
Oh, that's good then.
She's
So
she's
not
got
quite as
more
heavy.
she's got the muscle of a boxer.
Okay, that's good.
She's
So not so
solid though.
flabby and
She's
heavy
yeah,
dead weight.
no, she's very solid. She's got more the boxer look to her than the bulldog, but she's got that I'm just gonna lay around attitude like a bulldog does too. So, but yeah, and she's
Is
got
she is she
the
as drooly
droopy
as
face. Not
she
quite as
drooly as a
drooly,
bulldog?
not
Okay, good.
not quite as drooly. She's drooly, but not quite as drooly. But she has a very long tongue.
Um,
So she likes to lick everything when she can. So does my one border collie, Sally. Sally will lick anything and everything if she could. And they each have different personalities.
of course, like every animal and person, everybody's gonna have
Yeah.
different.
Okay, Wish Mother, die. Okay, I'm just trying to finish this. Or, no. Am I on my. Which one am I on? Who's still attacking me? There we go. Okay, I can figure out what I'm doing
Oh,
here. I got
do you
sidetracked.
do the with your Xbox? Do you do the Microsoft Reward daily stuff?
I don't really keep just whatever I get when I get it. I haven't really go out of my way to get it.
Oh, because we were talking about the whole fixed income thing. I literally make a free $10 gift certificate every month by doing the rewards program.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do that then.
And it's really simple too because it's like there's a daily quiz, there's a check this out, and then there's a poll, and then there's also things you like click on. Let's see, there is yeah, the daily reward set, which is like this today. It's like try the new Bing, and you just click on it, and it takes you to Bing, and you just back out. You get 10 points. Uh, there's a turbocharged quiz today. It's 30 points, and a daily point 10 points. And then if you use like, there's also on this day in history at the bottom of the rewards page. You just click on it, you get 5 points for looking at whatever the clicking on whatever the
Huh.
day in history. I do all that kind of stuff, and I said, I got a free $10 a month from Microsoft just for doing that.
I'm gonna have to check into that.
And if you have Game Pass, that also plays into those rewards too.
Oh yeah, I got Game Pass. I gotta, can't live without Game Pass.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that and the rewards app, like seriously, it's
Yeah.
like I have it on my my rewards on auto um, like auto redeem
Uh huh.
at $10 a month, and it's like eight
Okay.
thousand seven hundred fifty points every time you get 8,750 points. So like I'll get this $10 gift card in July because I have over 8,000. Right now I'm at like 15.9, so I'm close to double that just by doing the
Ah.
daily things. And
Okay.
like if you do buy a game or something, though, like when you buy a game, you get points for buying the game. So if you buy anything in the Microsoft Store on
Uh
the
huh.
Xbox, it'll go right into that.
Okay.
So it's a good way to like even if you're not as active as I am, you know, every so often getting your free $10 gift card is nice.
Well, yeah. Any time you can get something that's free, it makes a
I mean, it's
difference.
technically not free. You have to do a little bit for it, but like it's so
Well,
trivial. Like every morning I log in, I just do my daily stuff. I log into the Xbox app. You get like 5 points for signing into that, and then like play 5 minutes of their like Candy Crush version, like gem game thing. You
oh,
get 30 points for that, and I just do that everywhere. It's kind of like your ESO dailies. I just do my Microsoft dailies.
oh, I'm gonna have to look into that.
You know, it just got me to thinking. I just started doing my Microsoft dailies. I'm like, yeah, why not make sure you're doing that? That way you can at least get $10 a month. Like, and if you don't do the auto redeem, if you just like save up your points, you can go as high as what is there? Okay, let me see how much. Like, I know their gift cards can go really high. You can get as little as $1.25 all the way
Yeah.
up to um, $100 gift card.
Ah.
So if you saved your points up for that, like I know like a $25 gift card is like they only go up to $10 for the auto redeem, but like $25 gift card is like 2,300 points. So like I'm not that far off from a $25 gift card if I wanted to. Yeah, so it's not bad like for that free $10.
No.
It's like I also get points for like I've switched over now that Bing has Chat GPT. I've switched over to using Bing.
And you can
I
observe
haven't like
me
Uh.
I
and
haven't
every
like Google
fetching cultist I
Chrome for
send
so
between
long,
me and my little
even though
brother.
Bing is now or Edge is now based on that. I just don't like Google, so
Mhm.
I've been using the Edge and Bing. I get points for just searching on that, so it's just like why not free money for doing stuff
Yeah,
I'm
for
already going to do.
sure.
I'm already
Yeah.
searching on the internet, and I get make
Yeah.
more money by doing it. Sure, why not? Yep. I'll give you my clicks, Microsoft, for money because I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, Google's not giving you money for clicks.
No, for sure.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll trade that off. It's not like I'm doing anything really personal on any of this stuff anyway.
Mm.
I don't use my browser to buy things. I don't shop in my browser, so
Ah.
I guess I do look up weird things for like games, but I'm
Well,
just dumb regular
I'm
stuff.
actually search a lot of things at times. So yeah, that's one thing to do then. If I can make something off of it, why not?
And like the new Edge is actually pretty good. Like it's not bad. It's not like in the past where it was like a joke.
Uh,
And like I said, if anybody's going to collect my data, I might as well get paid something for it.
yeah, that is
I mean,
so true.
it's not an unknown fact now that like Google is making billions off of your search history as you type shit in. So
Yeah,
that is the new economy now. Is like it's information, not money when it
yeah,
comes to
and the
business
only
development
ones that are actually making money are the sites that you end up clicking on when you do your searches. They get paid
or
from
clicks because of ad revenue.
per clicks
Google
because
is
of
the
all
one.
that, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I figured like if I'm gonna be giving anybody information like my stuff, I might as well get something from it. So I've like I'm pretty. I guess you could say I've gone hard in the Microsoft ecosystem, but like at least I'm getting something about. I get my games, my entertainment. Search there, I get money. So why the heck not? I know for a while there were people that were really gaming the system. They were like getting like uh, Game Pass Ultimate for free for like a year or two, just like really going hard. So they kind of adjusted things.
yeah.
But for the average person like me, who's like just doing it regularly, like not really going that hard, like I'm like, $10 a month
Hmm.
for doing what I'm doing already. Sure, why not? But yeah, so somebody in a similar situation as me, where
I'll have to check
that's
it out.
like one thing I wish I could do is actually play PC games because I'd play Game Pass PC games and get 50 points just for loading up a PC game.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a
Uh,
PC that can do that yet. I got to fix my laptop and see if I can start taking advantage of that. Now that soon GeForce Now, Nvidia's streaming service, you're going to be able to stream your PC Game Pass games to any kind of laptop that can, if it can use GeForce Now, you can stream PC games to it. So I can start collecting those
ah,
50 points.
that'll be cool.
So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you have PC Game Pass.
Yeah.
You take advantage of that once that's situated.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've been contemplating on actually playing the game on a PC or through PC. Actually, I would prefer it as if ESO turned around and made it so that they were cross compatible,
Oh yeah, I would love that
cross
too. Oh
play.
my gosh, yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be awesome. But see, the thing is
because
like back when ESO
I've
came out, they weren't
yeah,
even close to like they were always close as Microsoft, but they weren't that close back then.
yeah,
So now it's like that's a pipe dream now. That's not going to happen with this game. But I could see like Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 being able to do that, where it's not necessarily multiplayer online, but having your
yeah.
save progression go back and forth. I have a feeling the next MMO that Bethesda Studios comes out with
Uh-huh.
will probably have that with at least Xbox. Or
Yeah.
they better look into it. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, because I mean, when I was playing Call of Duty, I was playing PlayStation, Xbox, PC players all at once.
Yeah.
That was nice. Because then, but right now, like even with searching streams, trying to find streamers that are on Xbox that aren't PC
Oh yeah,
because that's
that's
all I play on. It's hard. 'Cause
yeah, that's even hard. Like
most are PC.
yeah, you're gonna find disproportionately most people that stream are doing it on PC.
Yeah. So.
Kind of sucks because there's like a lot of streams like um Miss Radcore is in Australia. She plays PC and or EU, and she has a
Mhm.
guild. I would love to join her ESO guild, but it's
Yeah.
PC, so it's, I can't. I'm like that cuts me off right there. And
Yeah.
that's why I like MTP because I'm part of her guild. It's not like I'm not active, so I don't know
Actually,
how active they
so am
are.
I. Actually, I believe I'm the same her guild as well. I gotta take a. Now you're making me think. Okay,
But
guilds.
yeah, it's under
Yeah,
social.
Trash Mountain. Yeah,
Yep. I don't know how active they
but
are because, like I said, I haven't been active in the game.
I also have my own guild I'm trying to build, but I'm not getting anywhere there.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna do something really quick.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, I'm just
Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
okay. I'm back live with you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something to think about. Just from that standpoint alone, it opens up a lot.
Yeah. It does. I know exactly what I'll be doing this afternoon then. When I'm not on air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've heard other people talk about it, and that wasn't my original idea. So, but then again, with the whole, everybody kind of,
Yeah.
with Xbox taking over Bethesda and all that, there's a lot more scrutiny on stuff like that sometimes.
Uh-huh. Okay. I got lost
So,
where I'm going.
yeah, just that's why. But yeah, it's a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely gonna have to look into.
It
Ooh,
wasn't like this
hey,
before.
use grapple.
We should hurry.
Okay.
What you doing, Phil? What you doing?
Not sturdy enough for the
Still
grappling.
got 3 hours and 20 minutes left. Oh, I'm at
3 hours.
exactly 50%.
Oh.
That's Yola.
I'm printing a
Dragon's
foam stand
escorting
right
the
now,
scholars around the area to place
Oh,
those
cool.
so-called survey stones.
and it's called
I
a,
plan to try.
um
It'll take
mobile
time.
suit. So it's
Yola
like a
follows the call. That
kind of
ritual
play
is
on like
already
Gundam.
feeding off of himself.
Ah.
So it's like a robot mobile
Perhaps
suit to
destroying
hold
the
your
stone
phone.
might kill him.
So it
Sweet.
looks like a
Try
robot.
weakening the ritual before ending
Yeah,
it entirely.
I figured I'd give it a try. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been my
Oh,
my big obsession over the last year is 3D printing.
3D printer. Ooh, aren't those things expensive?
I got this one I have right now for 211. So pricey, but like not like so
Not as
expensive
much
that
as I thought. I
yeah.
was thinking thousands.
No, 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 not thousands. Like you can get into the thousands for stuff that's a lot easier to up. Like you get like your bamboo X1 carbon or your Prusa Mark IV, which is like $1,200 either for one of those. And they're very much very beginner friendly, where you just turn them on, put it in your file, and you're good to go.
Uh
And
huh.
and the budget range that I'm in, I got a Neptune 3, and it's got like auto bed leveling, so it's not quite plug and play, but it's really close to it.
Oh, cool.
So that's a bit more work. There's some upgrading and whatnot you can do, but like Algu really made a good entry level printer that doesn't require you know hours upon hours of setting up if you do a little bit of research and get a little bit of
Ah,
knowledge of troubleshooting.
eh, dropping stuff.
Like, I think I had maybe I've only had a handful of problems that took me a little bit of work to solve, and they were
Yeah.
very minor. Like my
Oh,
biggest one was quality issues because I had what they call a IKEA lack enclosure. So it's two IKEA lack tables to create
uh-huh.
an enclosure. But before I enclosed it, I just threw because my limited space, I just threw my printer on top of both tables stacked. And because there was so much momentum with the bed going back and forth, that it was actually causing quality issues because it was just on a giant pendulum.
Ah,
So once I finally dropped it down to the lower table and under the top table, was that just kind of went away. So yeah,
okay.
just minor troubleshooting. Like right now, I'm actually not operating on the stock operating system. I don't know if you saw in Discord, but I got Filament a new brain and operating system,
Ah,
and it's so much nicer than the old stuff because I can literally just turn the machine on and then I can just send prints from across the world. I can just
yeah.
send a print as long as everything's on. I can be in Singapore and hit print and it just print.
Wow.
I don't even have to be in front of the machine.
Now that is cool.
Yeah, so I like that. And then I just needed, what I'll probably end up doing is, like you said, you got the Logitech webcam. I'd probably just do that for streaming with you, and when I'm not streaming with you, use it on the new single board computer that my printer's running on, and I can just remote view.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then literally, like something goes wrong, I can just stop it just as easily as I started it.
Thanks mightily for getting me out of there. I'm just
And other than not having the camera on it, like once I get a camera on it, like if something fails, I can visually see it and get notified. And there's applications that will stop it, so like I don't even have to like they call it like spaghetti detection. It'll just instantly stop the print or ask me if I want to stop the print.
Wow, that'll be so cool.
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking of starting my own like maker community and like actually like just having streams of like what's going on my print right now type of thing, like live stream with my
Yeah,
printer. And then like I could even do like I have one friend that plays like ESO and other Xbox games that actually they have a face cam and a printer cam.
uh-huh.
So that'd be fun too. It's just like, oh, I'm playing, you can
Yeah,
watch me play stream ESO or Starfield. I'm chatting with you, and like
and
instead of a kitten cam, I have a printer cam. What's Phil
yeah,
printing today?
yeah, print something from whatever you're
Well, that's the
streaming,
thing.
you
It's like
know?
props. Like I'm just now
Well,
learning everything so I can really print props and stuff like that because that's like the reason why I got the printer is so I can make things that I want. So like prop guns, prop armor,
ooh,
props for my kiddos cosplay stuff. I made them uh, antlers for their cosplay,
yeah,
and I finally figured out how I'm gonna have them so they could wear them because that was like the biggest hurdle we had was actually having somebody so they could be attached to them because well they're hollow they still have
yeah,
a bit of sticking them isn't easy and I don't want to just like
hmm
use that skin safe makeup glue
Yeah,
necessarily.
that I know
I can't remember what it's
spirit
called
gum.
off the top. Yeah, spirit gum, yeah, because that can be like that can be a pain to get off.
Oh, it can be. Yeah.
And it's funny. A YouTube channel I saw was like, "Oh, how to add 3D prints to your leather armor," and I was like, "Eureka! I figured it out."
Well, that's just it. That'd actually be interesting to watch while you're streaming and you watch you printing out something that matches, say a weapon or something that you're using in your game that or something like that, or a piece of equipment of some sort. You know, as long
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you're not doing it where it's 100% where it infringes on
Well,
copyright.
a lot of the game companies don't mind it as long as you're not selling it. So, like, there's companies that just do not want you like doing anything with their IP. Disney, um,
Mm,
but even then, like they don't. As long as you're
you're not making a
like, I
profit
know.
off it.
Well, I know some people like for like Iron Man and all that. There's
Mm,
files that you can buy that are like Iron Man suits. So
yeah.
it's kind of a gray area because it's not you're not like taking you're having to make it yourself. So it's kind of like one of those like not necessarily infringing, but you're still
Ah,
within that kind of like less black or white area.
the fringes of it.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's like certain things that like are gray. Some things you just don't do. Like
Mm,
you never bite the mouse hand that feeds you.
yeah.
For certain things like especially like their direct stuff like Mickey Mouse and all that.
Hmm.
Like you don't do anything with Mickey, Minnie, anything that's directly Disney. Like
Yeah.
Marvel and all that. Star Wars, it's a little bit different because there's tons of like props you can
Well,
buy.
that's because these big movie star like characters or comic characters and whatnot, the Comic Cons and all that, they're
Yeah,
so big and it's such a huge thing that you show up in cosplay. So yeah,
well,
I can see why they won't push the copyright infringement shit
because it's
because it's
promoting their brand.
promoting, yeah, it's promoting their brand, and the more you do it, the more people are going to want to see, oh, okay, that looks cool, maybe I should watch that movie or should buy this stuff.
Well, and
It's
that's the
free
thing. It's like
advertisement basically.
yeah, I really got introduced over 10 years ago to the Mandalorian Mercs Costume Club, and it's all like Boba Fett Mandalorian thing, where they are literally backed by Lucas and Disney. That they're like they go to Disney events in their costumes because they have a high fidelity and accuracy and quality that
Hmm.
it meets
Belong to
like
Ardia.
some of them have even been in the shows and the movies and all that because of their fidelity and accuracy.
Ah, okay.
So that's I think that's like where that comes into. It's like
Ooh,
it's not just
I'd
somebody
pay anything
like
for it.
degrading the IP; they're actually building it up
Two left feet, that one. Honestly,
because you have the Mandalorian Mercs Costume Club, you have the 501st. There's like the Rebel something or something. So yeah, like I think that's why there's less
and look,
for
it's
Disney to attack
contrasted
the
here.
the cosplay prop community versus something like Mickey Mouse, where it's less, like
Yeah.
Mickey doesn't have like a con like presence that I know of. I could be wrong. I don't follow it, so I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but like there
I,
is still a
I
following.
Yeah, it's
But
not as
I'm not
you,
aware.
you don't see hundreds of people dressing up like Mickey Mouse or Minnie or Goofy, you know, unless
Yeah,
of course it has something directly related to one of their actual movies coming up.
yeah.
You know,
But yeah, like, it's
uh,
like with all IP though in cosplay. Like most most places and most IP holders encourage it because it is like marketing for them.
Yeah. You could see, I could see more of the Disney cartoon stuff that's like more current stuff being done in cosplay, but
Yeah.
the older stuff, the stuff that we grew up on, I don't see it. I mean, maybe the odd person, somebody my age, maybe.
Well, I know. There's some people that like I've seen like Mickey Mando and stuff where they've incorporated it, not officially, but like there's like those fringe cases, but not
Yeah.
100% like just. But like I said, I'm not a part of that scene, so I don't know. There could be like Mickey
Um,
Con or something. I don't know.
neither am I, but like you're saying, like we were talking about earlier, is finding my own little presentation, I guess. I mean, like I was watching one. Who is it I was watching the other day? I've got him on my. I gotta go over
Or
here.
the Mokies,
Oh.
Moki baby. I gave Moki like 5 treats. Oh no, that's not Skittle. Don't do that.
Anyway, I, my, I just found him yesterday, and he was interesting. And what caught me was he was wearing this bright blue wig, and and then he was doing after so many subs or something, he would change wigs or oh, it was
But yeah,
like
it's and that comes down to like interacting with your when you do have
with
people coming in,
yeah,
having
but
some sort of thing.
Hey, you. Everything all right? Sure. I'm learning.
wow, that's
It's
just
really tough when you don't, though. Like that's the thing,
Anything?
because
I
nobody wants to
still
come in and like you're sitting there, mouth breathing and just staring at the game, and cameras pointing at your face, and you're just like a dead fish on screen.
mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to be MTP and like high energy, but just some sort of thing going on. Like I know some people will like on their stream and like when they post like Twitter or whatever that they're going live, they'll ask a question. It's like, hey, what's your favorite sandwich? Tell me on my stream in the comments. You have somebody coming in and is like, oh yeah, I like peanut butter and jelly with banana and honey, and then that like gives you a way to interact with them where it's not like so you are there talking or not and presenting, but like when they come in, it's like you can acknowledge them, have a conversation with them, and it's not like you just have to come up with something on the fly. It's already premeditated.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that usually helps when you have like at least a couple consistent
Couple of
viewers.
yeah.
But even starting like do stuff like that is a good way to just drum
Well,
up some like people coming
well,
in because they'll see it in your tagline. It's like, oh hey, tell me why you hate socks.
you know,
And people will be like, oh,
you've
you
given
don't
me a
hate
few good
socks.
ideas.
I love socks. I have
As-
been
as-
like
well, this
since
way I keep
2020.
flipping through different stream channels and stuff just to get some ideas. I don't want to copy anybody, but I want to get a
Okay,
gist of what
okay.
I need to
Here,
come up with.
here's a good tip for you.
Mm-hmm.
On YouTube, look for Harris Heller. He does
Okay.
a lot of like your stuff, but he also has
Harris
Heller,
Heller H.
Heller, I believe.
Okay.
He does a lot of stream tech advice and stream advice stuff. He's not really heavy gamer. He's more like just chatting about streaming and all that. And that's who I've been really following for like since 2020 to like just get my head around streaming and content creation. He has a lot
Okay.
of a good understanding of the industry.
Mm,
There's other
yeah.
people out there too, but like I found his more approachable. And then he also started um, a DMCA copyright strike free music music service as well, so you can play on stream or YouTube or
Ah.
at work. Where he is personally like him and his stream beats is never gonna actually copyright strike you. You are safe to use within his terms of service his music on your streams, on YouTube, on Twitch.
Something drawing me
You
Hmm.
just play his music in the background, and it's all like he's got various things. He's got some rock, he's got lo-fi, he's got synthwave. Like it's not like it's more like lo-fi synthwave kind of stuff, but it's decent music.
Hmm.
And he actually is starting up. He started up a streaming app, I guess you will, that it's a plugin for OBS that takes vertical screen
Oh yeah,
captures.
for
So
TikTok.
you for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and all
Yeah.
that. So it literally just records a vertical of you that you can then post to other social media sites without having to do a lot of stuff. And so he has this stream beats. He's got that particular app thing he helped develop, and he's working on a lot of stuff to diversify. But this biggest thing is like he's like in the beginning when I first started watching him, he had his YouTube channel talking about stream setups, equipment, and he'd be like, "Come join me over at Twitch.com." So he'd take like it's like, "Come
Uh-huh.
hang out with me at Twitch and live stream, and we'll talk about all this stuff." And then he ended up dropping his partnership with Twitch and started streaming on YouTube.
Hmm.
And then he recently started back at Twitch, and then there's like a whole lot of stuff with Twitch. So he's not a partner with Twitch. He's just a
Hmm.
regular Joe, and he streams on YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, so but yeah, like
Yeah,
that's
because
his whole
YouTube
brand.
does live streaming now too, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've been doing that for a little while.
Yeah.
Like there's good and bad for both platforms. So
Yeah.
yeah, but he's always talking about making short form content, videos, like spreading out your content so more eyes can come onto it. So not just sitting for 8 hours live on Twitch, but actually like taking some of your live stream stuff, clipping it down, and putting it on shorts. Put it on TikTok. Make a video.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing some of that. If I can remember to do clips, and then I upload them to Combo, which will convert them to stuff for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook Reels. All those ones that are all
Yeah,
vertical.
yeah.
Just to promote
Yeah,
the
that'd be a
channel,
plug-in for that.
promote my YouTube channel a bit, but it has.
But you got like if you wanna like I'm not saying like be a business, but if you want to be somewhat more than just hitting the go live button and sitting in front of the camera to maybe nobody or whatever. You want
Yeah,
to be more than just that or stand out. Like he's got a lot of good ideas of how to
yeah,
kind of go from just hitting live and whatever to maybe hobby or more professional side to go kind of between information to go from those.
it's
I know
definitely
my kiddo
something
had
I'm
talked
gonna
about
have to
wanting
look.
to make YouTube channels and stuff like that, so I kind of once the pandemic hit, it like kind of opened my eyes to all that. And I was like, okay, like let me see how this works. I'll try it
Yeah,
maybe and see what we can do and
yeah.
kind of get some knowledge. And I think I've maybe gone live like
Well,
a
the only
handful of
reason I
times.
ended up getting into streaming was I was playing Call of Duty, and I'm somebody I had met, and I was in their clan or whatever you call them. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
usually clan.
yeah, but I was, and what they did is on Saturday nights they would have contests or tournaments, but one of you had to live stream, while the other one, the two of you were partnered up as minimum. At least the requirement was at least one of you be streaming
Okay.
at the same time, kind of thing. It was just, I don't know. It was just kind of one of their silly rules to get into the tournament,
Oh
which
yeah.
was fine. I mean, I had fun with it, and that's how got into it. And I'm here. Okay, this is kind of fun. I gotta. So then I started looking into how I got get it set up and whatnot. Yeah, and now I'm kind of hooked a little.
No, I like the idea of it, but and then after the pandemic, the market really just got saturated with it. They're like, oh well, I'm
Yeah,
at home, I might as well stream, which then drove the price of streaming gear
everything.
through the roof. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you got work at home streaming, so it was like everybody needed all that gear,
yeah.
and then chip shortages. So it was, yeah, I could think it'd be a good way to just like in our situation do something with our time.
Well, I'm
That
already playing the game, so why not?
exactly.
You know,
You're
I
playing the
figure
games,
like,
you're having fun.
why not do
Like
something
me,
that?
like I said,
I mean, if you
I
can
want to,
get to the point to where you're making a little money off of it,
yeah.
that's even better. You know?
I would like to build a little maker community where I, have like other makers and we do things and stream making occasionally or games. Talk about, like, oh, Starfield, this ship, I want to, make this ship or something. Just stuff like that. I'd love
Yeah,
to have just a little maker community, stream, my builds, play the games, talk about the stuff.
yeah. I wanna try Star. There's been so much hype about Starfield. I wanna check it out. I wanna see what it's gonna be like. But hopefully
You
they
know,
let you try it out first.
if you have Game Pass, you might be able to play it for free.
Yeah, I'm
I
hoping.
don't know I don't know if you have Game Pass Ultimate or if you have
Oh,
just
I
regular
have
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass Ultimate.
Ultimate, then yeah, you get it for free.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you'll
always,
get it with
I
your
always, I
subscription.
always go for the ultimate or even when
Mhm.
I'm ordering my games online because I have an Xbox Series S in my room.
Oh, you got a series. Those are really nice. Did you see the new black one with 1 terabyte storage?
No, no, I got the
Yeah, they're coming out with a
first
new one
ones
with
that
that.
came out.
Yeah. I got my kiddo a Nest, and then bought them the Seagate expensive 512 expansion card. And now that
Yeah.
Western Digital is coming out on the market, they've dropped the price.
Mm.
So what I'm thinking about doing is buying them the 1 terabyte expansion drive,
Oh
and
yeah.
then me using their 512. So we're both at the same storage with their Series S and my Series X.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I just love to just create a little community like with my 3D printer when that came out a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I kind of used Reddit occasionally, but I saw on Reddit there was like the Neptune series, the Neptune 2 series of printers subreddit. I was like, oh well, this we would try using Reddit. I'll start a community for the Neptune 3 printers, or at that time it was a printer. It's now multiple printers. But I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'll create this community. If I get like 50 people, I'll be happy. I'm now
Yeah.
4,000 people in my subreddit, top 10%, and it's just like, wow. Now
Okay.
it's like, okay, I've had a little bit of success. I'm like, okay, let's make an actual maker community where I can have people where it's not just 3D printing, but making stuff.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I
Props,
I
other
don't know.
things.
I don't know much about Reddit. I haven't checked out. I keep hearing about it, but I haven't really checked it out.
I had an account for like a year before I really even interacted with it. And I only interacted with it for like two things. I had a Cyberpunk um,
Mm-hmm.
tabletop role playing game community that I would occasionally stop in and just randomly read things, and I still didn't know how it worked. And
Uh
then
huh.
a friend of mine who plays from the old Xbox days, they still have Steel Battalion. He had a Reddit community that I joined to support him. And
Ah.
then when I started my Reddit community, it was like, I don't know, like maybe a month or two in after I started it, I hit my 2 year anniversary on Reddit, and I was saying something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Reddit noob." They're like, "You have like your second anniversary here. How can you be a noob?" And I'm like, "I never used it until I started this community. This subreddit is the only time I really used
Oh,
it. So
hold on a
yes,
second.
I'm a noob."
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, my roommate was just asking me something.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, I had Reddit for 2 years before I even learned even the basics of Reddit. So don't feel bad, man.
To you, it would be something
Heck, I had Twitter
more
back in
part of
Oh,
2010,
I've had
2009, and I never used it. And I finally got it in 2019. I finally created a new account and started using Twitter. And I just, after a couple of years, it just became my only social media site I use.
yeah. This year, I mean, the only social media I've ever really used was Facebook. And then
The
I did a
dreaded.
little bit of YouTube when my kids were younger. You know, you made videos and then you uploaded to YouTube of them playing sports, or my
Yeah,
daughter used to race BMX, so I would throw some
nice.
of that stuff up. But I never really got into it, so I just
Sorry.
until now. Now,
We managed to save.
this past
Um,
year,
No.
I've gotten more into the social media stuff than I did anything else. I mean, I've got TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. I'm all over the place now.
yeah,
I'm-
I don't like the Zuckerbergs. I don't like Facebook.
the only thing I do with Facebook is that you kind of keep up with family members that are out across the country, and
My
I
mom's
play
the only
one
one I talk
game
to on
on
Facebook.
Facebook. I play a lot. It's called Scatter Slots.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Other than
No,
that,
I
I don't.
have Facebook for Messenger and
Mhm.
another cyberpunk red community recently
Yeah.
that I'm a part of. That I go in there because I'm part of the Patreon for that group, and I get put
Yeah.
into a drawing for a free shirt. And once a month they have a drawing for gameplay,
Oh.
so I can be on their stream
Uh huh.
and play. So this is another thing I was doing too with playing a couple games on stream, role playing
Mhm.
games. Every every month I get entered to play. I got the first month I was on their live stream for their monthly stream, and then the next month I got tagged to go on their main big stream to fill in, where I played it
Yeah.
basically on PC for 4 weeks. So yeah,
Ah.
um, but that's the only reason why I'm on Facebook,
Yeah.
really, is my mom and two communities that I really don't interact with.
Yeah.
Twitter's like my main site where I interact with people, and because it's not family and it's not friends of my family, it's not. I have more
Mhm.
control over who's like I can't block my mom's next door neighbor friend and whatnot without potentially causing issues. So,
Yeah.
but on Twitter, I can block whoever I want without causing any drama because there's no personal connection between me and anybody else there.
True.
As much as it's like Facebook, where it's like everybody and their grandparents are on Facebook. I
Mm.
started on Facebook when Facebook started in
Yeah.
like 2000. What's
Oh
that?
yeah.
2005, 2006.
Yep.
Back when you actually had to have a college email address.
Actually, it was before that,
I don't know, it could have been
because I remember being on
2003. I
Face.
don't
I remember being on Facebook before 9/11 started happened.
know. Yeah, I just know way back then. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember when it was. That person is that's
I think it
a whole
was.
lifetime ago.
I think it came. It was actually probably back in 90. Okay, you know what? The easiest way to do this.
Search,
Yep.
Google it.
Okay. When was Facebook created? Okay. February 4th, 2004. Okay. Oh, right. It wasn't Facebook we were on. We were on that other
You mean you're talking
the
about MySpace?
MySpace, yes,
Yeah, I was on MySpace too.
and AOL.
Back, oh, yeah, I was on AOL as soon as it went online. When AOL online went online, I was on AOL.
Yeah. Facebook. Facebook is a social network service launched as the Facebook on February 4th, 2004.
I was in college during that time, and I like everybody was buzzing about it, so I hopped
Zuckerberg
on that.
and college roommates and fellow Harvard University students. Yeah, okay. Cool.
So yeah, like everybody in my college was like, "Oh, you gotta get on Facebook. You gotta get on Facebook." And I was like, "Okay." And it was good back then. Like it was nice. Like you didn't have all the MySpace customization, but it was clean. You could chat with people. Like it was just simple. And now it's garbage.
Yeah, cool. I could have sworn it was back before, but yeah, that was
Like I said,
MySpace.
that was a lifetime ago. I don't.
Yeah, sheesh. I'm I'm dating myself.
Like I said, you're only about 10 years older than me, so it's not that bad when it comes to comparison to me. So,
Mm.
like, I
Well,
remember you probably
some
remember
of
this
some of
too.
the groups I was with in Follow 76, some of those guys, you talk about certain things and it's like, what? What's a rotary phone?
Exactly. Rutherford, you had a phone that connected to the wall. What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
You didn't just
crazy.
have cell phones.
No.
But yeah, like I bet you remember back when BBSs were a thing, where you actually had to dial into either somebody's computer or a small network of computers to have a chat
Oh God,
before it.
yeah. That was such a frickin'. You sit there and listen to that beep 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 beep. You're waiting for the damn thing to
The the,
connect.
the, the robot language.
Yeah,
Screaming robot language.
I know it's crazy,
Hmm. And since I am about
but
10 years younger than you, I remember being on AOL and
mm,
getting kicked off in the middle of the night and dreading
oh
having to reconnect and not wake up my parents.
yeah, yeah. Or when you're wanting to go online and somebody's on the phone and it's like,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, get off the phone.
Get off the phone. I want to talk online.
Yeah,
Or you get a call and it kicked you. Oh,
yeah.
like, what do you mean, somebody calls you and your internet is disconnected? But see, I'm thankful. Like, my dad was very much, he was a machinist for an aerospace company. And
Ah,
so he was very heavy in tech. So we always had a computer. We had the Atari. Then I got the Nintendo NES in '85.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we always had tech in house. So like, as soon as we got like AOL dial-up, uh, you know,
Yeah.
we got a second line almost immediately after that because of that. Because if somebody called, and my mom worked as a emergency shelter foster home. So she
Oh,
would always get random calls. So it was
yeah,
almost a necessity for us to have a second phone line.
yeah, for sure.
Because, nothing upset my dad more than, the internet disconnecting because somebody called.
Yeah, especially
I
if he
totally
was
get
doing
that now.
something for work on it or something, and then
No,
somebody
he wasn't
calls.
doing work stuff. He was just messing around
Well,
playing online. Like I'm doing right now.
as an
Play
engineer,
games
maybe
with it.
you designing stuff. I thought,
He wasn't. I know my dad. He was.
no.
He was just goofing off, playing games and talking to people. Trust me, I know. I knew the computer better in and out than he did. And I only knew that better because I kept trying to do things and messing things up. And instead of, like admitting that I broke the computer, I tried fixing
You
it.
can observe me
Yep.
kicking every fetching cultist ass standing between me
I
Yeah.
and
remember
the
one time I
showdown.
did something and the computer wasn't working, and I just so happened to do it when this service technician came into the house, and I looked at him like, I was like, "Hey, you know computers at all?" He's like, "I know a little bit." I'm like,
We did it.
"Can you look at the let's remember I did something I don't know what I did wrong. He's like, sure, I'll look at your computer for you, kid. I was like, thank you. I don't want Dad to know I just did something dumb and broke the computer. If you can help me fix it. He's like, sure, I'll help you, kid. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he fixed it. It was a simple fix that I just didn't know. And he's like, yeah, this is what you did. Don't do that, and this is how you fix it if that happens again. I was like, you're awesome. Yeah, like I remember back in Windows 95. You remember the Windows startup and shutdown sounds?
Yeah, sorry. Uh, I got distracted for a second.
That's fine. Do you remember back in like Windows 95 the Windows startup and shutdown sounds?
Oh, yeah.
It would be like
Mm-hmm.
when it started up and shut down. I learned how to
Yep.
change those WAV files to other WAV files, and that
Oh,
just tickled my fancy so much.
yeah.
And I had when the computer started up, I had the THX surround sound playing when you booted up the computer. So do that. And then I would always change I had my personal sounds that I play that I just put it on there for my fun
Mm-hmm.
when I booted up the computer. And then like if I was done for the day,
Yeah.
I would change them back to something less naughty. And one day, for the longest time, I had Arnold, and he'd say, "I'll be back" as the computer was shutting down. And then I was joking around, and I put a wave of the. I don't. You might know this. It was called the Duck Job.
No, actually,
It
I
was
don't know.
it was Donald Duck. Like it was like a call-in radio show, and somebody was like impersonating Donald Duck, very
Okay.
adult orientated. And I
Okay.
forgot to take that off and switch it to something else before I was done with the computer. And my mom turned off the computer. She was on the phone with Child Protective Services, I think, or her friend from Child Protective Services. And she
Mm-hmm.
shut down the computer because she was having problems, and it played that. And I just walked into the room at that moment, realizing what was happening. I was like, "Oh fuck,
Oops.
I'm in trouble!"
Uh,
And she started laughing, and I was like,
but then she
"She's
gave you
like, did you
crap
do this?"
afterwards.
Huh?
And then she gave
No,
you shit for it afterwards.
she didn't give me crap.
No?
It was like one of the few times I thought I was a dead man, and she was laughing so hard because
Uh,
you know, I knew she was on the phone with somebody. I didn't know who, so it was just like, oh my god. As that was happening, I was like, I'm so busted, and she started laughing, and she's like, "That's hilarious," and she's like talking to her friend or whoever. I'm so sorry.
okay.
I
Well,
forgot
I'll
I
be
had
right
that on
back.
there. Yep.
I'll be right back. I gotta put my puppies out for a bit.
Yeah, let him go pee.
Okay? Ah, my roommate's gonna let them out for me.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Free roommate labor.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. If I had a way of getting him to do some of the yard work for me that I need to do, I'd do that.
I mean, I guess you got to get it
uh,
wherever you can.
yeah. No, I gotta. My yard, the way it is, up the back of the trailer, it's the yard in the back, and it's on a hill.
Oh, that's
Okay,
worse to know.
and it's bald-headed prairie, so it's all sloped up, and trying to mow that and clean it and everything is a pain. So what I want to do is I want to cut it down and step it up, do it
Oh
in
yeah, that would be easier where
sections,
you have just
and
steps. Yeah.
yeah, and then just have certain shrubs or whatever.
Oh, kind of like a Machu Picchu kind of elevated or like rice
Yeah,
paddy type of thing. Where it's that'd be so much easier than you
yeah,
intentionally plant something there that you don't have to necessarily cut all the time.
yeah, and I can have it, the flat part of the top hill, I could turn that into a vegetable garden, is what I was thinking, and then
Yeah.
have steps so that I can walk up to it and work on it. And then at the bottom of the hill, it'd be the area for the dogs and an area to sit and whatnot.
How steep and tall is it?
Pardon?
How steep of an angle is it?
Um, Steep enough that I gotta turn around and hold on to the fence to climb up the hill.
Yeah, okay. It's not easy to walk down. It's even worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, walking down is. I've almost rolled down the hill a couple of times because you trip over a gopher hole or something while you're trying to steady yourself as you're walking down.
Hope's probably sleeping.
Mm.
Sorry, I was talking to my kiddo. They wanted to know if their friends were online right now, and I'm like, their friend just got done working at convention this weekend, so
Ah.
they were like going hard for 3 days. Like
Ooh.
they weren't even taking the breaks that they were scheduled because they were just overworking. So,
Well, that's not good. Gotta
well,
take
when you're
breaks.
15, 16, 17, I don't know how old Hope is.
Yeah.
15.
You just
15? Okay.
I'm just barely older.
Yeah, so when you're 15 years old, you don't understand, like, yeah, maybe I should take this break. And then till the end of the day where you're exhausted, you're like, why am I exhausted? Kid,
Yeah.
you take
For Hope. I'm taller and older.
You're taller and older than Hope.
Okay.
No, but their friend Hope lives up in Massachusetts area, so we got to meet them. What was it, last year or the year before? Last year. Yeah, they drove down this way for something, I guess, to visit. And another friend that lives in Philadelphia area. That was fun.
Mm.
My kiddo said that they were taller and they're slightly taller and slightly older than their friend Hope.
Oh, I'm not just slightly taller, but like 3 inches
You're 3
minimum.
because you gotta get every inch of height and dominance over your friends.
I'm the
Yeah.
tall big. So far, I'm the tallest one in the friend group. No clue about Cole.
Yeah, well, I heard Gaby is short, so it's kind of surprising. I guess he's gonna be short because he's already at that point, unless he's like really late in puberty.
Oh, my son, who's 16, is already over 6 feet.
I don't really think.
Yeah, okay. If he's already like 15 or 16, I think he's already had his growth spurts.
Yeah, he's 5'3".
God, he's a shorty. Oh no, see, my dad, he was 6'3", and his brother was 6'5". I'm not even 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
My kiddo,
Yeah.
they
I'm
had
six
always
foot
been
two.
the tallest kid. What was that?
I said I'm 6'2", so
I'm
it didn't
5'9"
surprise me.
when I'm
But
not so fat.
yeah, my son's mom, though, she's lucky if she's over
Already
5 feet.
5'6".
Yeah, you're 5'6". So I'm 5'8.5", 5'9", depending on if I've been laying down, how much I weigh because gravity. The kid is 5'6", so, and their mom's what? Your mom's like 5'3", 5'4".
5'3", 5'2".
Yeah, so 5'2", 5'3". So
She's
yeah,
pretty.
but she's the tallest of the short people in her family. It was like
Yeah,
the
my
taller of the
my
short.
headphone
And the
my
rest of the
headphone
tall people.
disconnected.
Oh, okay. I was just bad. Nothing important.
That's okay. I'll just go over my stream and I'll catch up.
Yeah, you can hear my horrible voice on stream. I hate the sound of my voice recorded. I like. I yeah, nope. I was there. I don't need to relive it. Just do it and forget it. Don't go back. I didn't have to edit anything, so
Damn
I'm
it! I've
good.
got the dropsies. I just dropped my controller and
That's the thing.
disconnected
If
my
I make like
headset again.
videos and all that, I'm gonna hire an editor so I don't have to like hear myself talk. I'm at that point in age where it's like, sure, I could probably edit the video, but I'm not going to be great at it. And it's going to take a lot of time. If I can afford to hire an editor, I will hire an editor.
Yeah, that's true. Um, when I was first trying to figure all this streaming stuff out, I was thinking, damn, if I had somebody who is actually here in like real life to show me it, I'd probably
Oh yeah, yeah.
get it figured out a little better. But
Well, that's a good thing about technologies these days. It's like when you get ready to like revamp your setup, you got your
yeah,
cell phone. I can at least you could like have your cell phone out. We could be on a video call. I can kind of like look things over with you while you're
yeah.
doing it. And I think between the two of us, monkey brains, we could get it done.
Oh, probably. I just I've got some templates and stuff for OBS that has my logo and everything for Papa Digger, and that's just what my grandson calls me is Papa Digger. Because Digger's my
I thought it had to.
nickname, and he calls me Papa, so Papa Digger.
I was thinking it was like Gravedigger, the monster truck.
Oh no, no, no! I got Digger as a nickname when I was doing pizza deliveries and stuff, and when I was
Okay.
like heavy, and the guy I was working for was a bit of a dick, and he called me Digger over the radio all the time. And then somebody asked him why. He said, "Well, he likes food so much you could bury it in the backyard and you'd be able to dig it up." You know, I mean, yeah, it is kind of funny, but at the time I took it as an
Oh yeah,
insult.
yeah,
But
yeah.
looking back at, but the thing is, the name stuck.
Well, yeah. That's
No
the
matter
unfortunate thing
how I
about
argued, it just stuck. And now it's 20 odd years later, and everybody calls me Digger. I mean, I rarely hear it. The only one actually who calls me by my actual name is my mother.
Oh, see, here's the thing. For the longest time, everybody called me Bronx for the longest time.
Yeah.
But there was a reason for that. Like, one, I'm glad I got the nickname Bronx. Like, out of all the
Hmm.
nicknames to have, there's way worse out there. And once
Oh
you know the
yeah.
context, it's even better if you know the context. But
Hmm.
even my own mom called me Bronx. But I was like, my name is Brian. My birth name is Brian. And I hung out with
Hmm.
six other Bryant or five other Bryants. There was like six of us that didn't could be up to six of us at any given time. Sometimes more,
Hmm.
but the average at any given time there was at least potentially six of us hanging out. So we all had to go by something other than Brian. I worked with two other Bryants that were part of like well, one was a part of the group and the other one was like the occasionally seventh Brian. So it's like we all had to
Hmm.
go by something other than
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
So that's how
Well,
that's how
it's
Bronx
kind of
stuck
like
was
now
because
around here. I mean, we know. Well, there's me. My son's name is Douglas. He's named after me. Okay, and I've got three other friends named Doug. So at least when they talking to me, they know. They say Digger, or if they're talking about they say Digger, they know who. But when they go with the other Dougs, unless they're talking about my son, you're never really sure who you're talking about.
yeah, so you got a smaller group, but you still have that same issue.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's real fun. Okay, I'm
But
trying to
yeah, when the
figure
boss
out.
would like say Brian and the three of us would stop what we were doing, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I worked at you might not be familiar with it. I worked at a Wiener Schnitzel. And Wiener Schnitzel is a little hot dog stand. They cooked hot hamburgers occasionally, but it was mainly like hot
Hmm.
dogs and like Polish sausage or whatnot. And like their kitchens and everything was just a really small thing. So like you had drive through, two no one front register, drive through register, and then it was like literally wide enough for a cart in the middle of the kitchen and one person to go one way and another person to go the other way. So you didn't like if you needed to like get around. But like in one of those paths was Like on one side was the soda machines, on the other side was the grill and the assembly station. So there was really no room in this place. So when he like, hey Brian, and we'd all stop like every like it had the drive through, front window, and the
Mm-hmm.
grill. That stopped production to a halt because we all had to stop around, turn, and look to him. What do
Mm-hmm.
you need? So
Yeah.
he got so frustrated with that. He's like, "No, you keep working. You keep working. I need you." But yeah, when
Ah.
you've got so many people with the same name, like we had, like I was Bronx, then we had couple of Brian's went by their last names for the most part. Um, one Brian, his last name was Paquin, but we just called him Brian Penguin or Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
So like, so he was kind of like Brian and his last name, or uh, his last name, or Penguin. But yeah, another one we just called him by his last name.
Yeah. Sometimes it's what you got to do. You find different ways. Um, but what was I thinking? I don't know. I got sidetracked. Oh, what I was thinking was I was going to say I'll be right back. I got to hit the washroom again. Too
Okay, yeah,
much
I'll take a
coffee.
break too. Yep, coffee.
I was having a brain fart. Totally forgot how to get my Sigic order line, skill line.
What was that?
Well, I need the Sigic order skill line for my
Oh yeah,
ninja.
you got to go to
Yeah,
Somerset.
Somerset. Yeah,
You have to start the quests there, the main quest
yeah,
there.
I completely forgot all about it, how to do it. So I was like, what the hell, what the hell? So I Googled it. I went, oh yeah, it says Artam. And then I'm reading it. Oh no, I got to start in Somerset. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure I already have the Queen's Decree. Somerset, there it is. The Queen's Decree. That's what I need. Alright. Uh-huh.
I just sent Nagini a "You live?" question mark.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was talking. I forgot. It's been so long since I've been in a party with somebody. My friends, or my kiddos' friends, in the summertime, they're all doing whatever, probably sleeping. And the one's like never showing online, so I don't know. I never know when he's been online. So I was
Yeah.
like, "You live?"
I've got a few friends. Yeah, I got a few friends that'll do that. That they're online, but they never change their things to show that they're online. And then there's me. I'll turn around and go offline because I just don't feel like talking to anybody that day, and then forget to turn around and switch it back the next time.
Yeah, I'm like I don't have enough people that I talk to that I don't have people like trying to talk to me, so it's not that big of a deal.
Mm.
I think like this is probably like the most I've talked to anybody online, like on Xbox Live, long time. Say like maybe 4 months now.
Oh, it's only been a couple of weeks for me. I managed to actually be online one time when my friend Thizzlebex was online. Or Thizzle.
Yeah,
Thiesel. I gotta keep remembering how to say it. Gives me a hard time. I keep saying Thizzle, and it's actually Thiesel, as in diesel.
yeah,
Kind of same thing. And I'm just.
man. There's a lot of
What,
fun-looking games coming online or coming to Game Pass for the next
yeah.
months. We got. I know my kiddo's looking forward to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the online multiplayer survival game of that.
Mm,
Payday 3 looks like it could be fun. Um, and then game I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna try it.
I love eating fish, but catching them has always
yeah.
been way too
The
difficult.
Lies of P, which is like Souls like Pinocchio game.
Okay.
That's they actually have a free
Oh,
trial of that right now. That's coming to Game Pass day one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Payday 3 looks like it could be kind of fun. I know I'm definitely really wanting to play Starfield. That's coming day one. Those
yeah. I
Forza
want to try.
Motorsports is going to be kind of fun. I like racing games
Yeah.
occasionally. I don't like. I'm not as big into them as I was.
Yes.
Uh,
Starfield is one I want to try. Diablo 4.
I played. I got on the trial of that. It was actually kind of fun.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I finished Diablo 3. Oops.
No, I haven't played
So I'm
any other
thinking,
Diablo game.
yeah, that's. I played Diablo when it was originally a PC game.
Yeah,
When it.
see, I wasn't into Diablo. Like at the time Diablo came out, I want to say at that time, but games like PC games like at that time like Doom and all that, like the
Hmm.
'90s, like I didn't in the mid '90s I didn't have a gaming PC that could really game so well.
Yeah.
The computer in our house wasn't quite up to snuff for modern games, so I was playing a lot of older
Yeah.
stuff pre '90, so DOS games back when you could still
Yeah.
easily play DOS games on the
Oh
PC.
God. Yeah.
So like all the newer titles, my computer wasn't our house computer wasn't strong enough to play them. And
Yeah.
then I spent from like '97 to '99, so a couple years living out of my car. So I didn't play a lot of PC games during that time. And then in 2002, 2003, I managed to get a Xbox, and I
Yeah.
started playing online multiplayer games with Xbox Live on that instead of PC game. which is nice because I didn't have to worry about like upgrading it to play the latest games. If it was coming to Xbox, I could play it. So that was
Yeah.
really convenient. And then I played like my ultimate favorite game back then, which cost as much as an Xbox, which was Steel Battalion. So, and Steel Battalion Line of Contact. That was that. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was you literally had to buy a 40-button controller with 2 joysticks, 3 foot pedals. It was like a sim vertical mech game that you piloted these vertical tanks around shooting each other. That was an
Oh.
amazing game. There's still people
Yeah, I
playing it
don't know
today
that one.
through playing like the non-campaign mode, since there was actually back then for the online game you actually had an online campaign that had a rotation. So there was you
Okay.
started with go for a certain amount of time with those 2 factions, and then other factions would open up through the campaign cycle. And then as you progress through the game and every match you fought, your faction
Uh,
could get more of the map.
okay.
So it was like your gaming affected the overall campaign and things and bonuses and whatnot. It was really cool. And online and in the offline version of the game, if you failed to eject, permadeath.
Uh-huh.
You lost your character, you lost your tanks, you lost your money, you lost your upgrades, you lost everything. You had to start a whole new pilot.
Okay.
So your rank, everything that was tied to that pilot, it was like real life. It was like a true sim. Like you lost it all. You had to start over from scratch. I remember playing that for a while and get new people coming in and they'd see my rank and all that. And they're like, "Oh, you must be a great pilot." And I said, "Yep, I'm great at hitting that dang eject button."
Yeah. No, I actually don't remember much of what I played in the younger versions. I mean, when it came to Xbox, the first game I ever played on there was Halo.
Oh yeah, see, that was my first
And
Xbox game
then
too.
Mass Effect, and
I
Mass
never played
Effect
Mass
was
Effect.
another one. Um,
I like my first experience was at my buddy's house when he got his Xbox. Well, okay, the first game I actually played on Xbox was I think it was a Colin McRae rally game. A friend of ours who was in the Air Force got an Xbox brand new on the market, like for day one. And he was in Air Station
yeah.
in Arizona at the time. He came over to a buddy's house and brought it with him. And he's like, "Oh, check this out!" And I was in there playing Call McRae Rally, and at that time, the triggers weren't a thing for anything before that. Like actually having the Hall effects, or it could have been like rheostat, the sweeping gradual, like to accelerate. Like you could literally just sweep the button to accelerate and brake. I fell in love with that
Ooh.
on the racing game. And then my buddy
Cool.
bought one shortly after that, and we would play Halo and split screen, and
Oh, yeah.
I was horrible at it because I didn't really play shooters or anything like that. I wasn't over there enough to play it single player to get used to it. And then I eventually got my Xbox, and
Yeah.
I got a like 30-day free trial or whatever of Xbox Live, and that let you play online. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. You know, see what it's like. And my buddy's like, "Oh, you're just gonna play with button mashers. Oh, it's gonna be garbage. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll just give it a try." And I like
Yeah.
the day I signed on Xbox Live, I
Mm.
played a game of Halo,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I played a game of Halo, and everybody was just talking smack and joking around, and I didn't have the headset, so I'm hearing them talking. I
Yeah.
can't communicate with them. I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't talk smack back." And not horrible smack. Like it wasn't like trashing people, but it was just like
Yeah.
joking around, just goofing around, and it's like I want to interact with these people so bad now. That next day, I went out and bought a headset, and I was hooked on Xbox Live after that. Halo 2 comes out,
Ah,
and at that point, I'm playing like Halo. I'm playing Rainbow Six 3 and Halo hours a day, nonstop. If I'm not in my college classes, my butt's in front of the in Halo or Rainbow Six. And I get to the point
yeah.
where I go over to my buddy's house and we're playing multiplayer, like 2-person head to head. And he's like, we're sitting there playing, and I've got like basically the equivalent of like years worth of getting my butt kicked by so many different people that I learned. Like, you keep getting shot. It's like you either learn or you just keep getting shot. So I learned all the angles, all the stuff, and I like surpassed his ability in playing Halo. I got to the point
Hmm.
where he would literally throw his controller down and throw a fit because I was just killing him. I literally made him rage quit. After that day, I had to literally let him kill me
Why won't this
just to
work?
keep playing with him.
Did you see
I
a
had to
golden
purposely
light?
die to
I
him,
have no idea what
even though I could run circles around him all day.
said.
I wanted to play with my buddy, and he would just rage quit.
You poured
If
that
I if
game of
I
blood,
got like
and then
kill
some
streaks, he
fed.
would just quit. It was horrible.
Hmm.
I hated it. And he gave me so much crap for playing online with the loser button smashers that didn't know how to play the game. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I play, a couple hours a day, and you know how you couldn't figure out how I was killing you from across the map? This is where I'm at. And I was
Hmm.
I was literally walking him through like everything that I was doing just so he could learn and at least keep up with me, so I didn't have to literally just stand there and wait for him to like find me and kill me.
Hmm.
But yeah, he gave me so much crap for that, and then just like, dude, you don't see the irony in this, do you? You were trouncing me
Yeah.
6 months before, and now I'm just handing it to you in
You'll
bucketfuls,
not
and you're
know.
mad.
You'll have to ask
And
one of
it's
the
not
old
because
Yeah.
I magically got good.
They deal with all
No,
the
I played
old
against
archons.
hundreds,
The
if
old
not thousands,
archons
of different
keep
people
to
to learn all
themselves.
this.
They've taken the
Yeah.
Undercroft for their own purposes, and
Well,
ordered
that's
the
just
rest
it.
of
When
us
I
to
first
report
started out,
against
I
our
was
fate
crap,
at the
and it just took
monastery.
me.
That's
I
still
mean,
horrible.
Please,
I was
spare
working
me
a
some
lot, so I would
vengeance.
play just in my free time
Yeah.
at home. And I was starting to get somewhere, but it wasn't until I got into Somerset that I really started paying attention to games and stuff.
And gaming's always been at the forefront of me when I
Stupid
could game.
questions about the
Like for the longest time, it's
monastery.
like I couldn't, so I didn't. And it just kind of like I did other things. Like I played a lot of like me and my buddy back then before we got into Xbox and PlayStation and all that. He would run
Hmm.
role playing games, like tabletop role playing games. So we'd role play instead of
Hmm.
video games.
Yeah.
Occasionally, when we go over to a friend's house who had a computer, I played like the original Fallout for I don't know about an hour or so. I played like Doom for a little while. I kind of played some of those games, but it was just like I wasn't actually really like getting into them because I didn't have the equipment. So it was just fun distraction for a little bit, but like not like it
Hmm.
is now for me because I have access to it.
Ah.
But like, did you ever play a game called
Unusual knick-knack for an old Doc's
It
office.
wasn't. It was a text-based game, like DOS. Heck, I had it on my Commodore, but it was just basically like it was a text-based written game. And instead of moving a mouse or anything like moving an avatar, you actually had to like say, "Turn right, go forward, climb tree." Did you ever play a game that
Oh,
game?
yeah, I remember something like that back when I was learning computers in school.
Yeah, that was like a
They had.
really old. Like it was. There was no graphics. There was like Zork 2, maybe Zork
I
3. I want to
noticed
say
you
like
spoke of
Return to
love
Zork or
while
something
I
like
was
that.
engaged in some
Yeah, those were my
It sounds
first.
familiar, but
I
Those were
wonder
my
about
first
that
I.
PC games I got to play.
I assume that's what brought you
Yeah, a
to
good
town.
chunk of what I remember from when I was younger, I lost after the stroke. I lost some
Oh
of
yeah,
the
that makes
long-term
sense.
memory. So some of it's I get a little mixed up on things and stuff.
That's
So
that's understandable. Yeah, like that. That was like my first
from my
real PC game.
remembering stuff from my past. So my mother's constantly correcting me, and it's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Also, school we had at school we also had Oregon Trail.
The sequestered newcomers
yeah.
came to
That
find
was
out
What was
that
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 was a
again?
hard Oregon
I
Trail.
assumed that's what
Basically, it was
Oh
like a
yeah,
game based on going
I've
west
never seen
yeah.
in America.
anything quite like it. The sentry doesn't
I think
appear
Yeah,
only
the
one
Oregon
time I
Trail,
got to the
like
West Coast.
we have a newly
kind of like
spotted
the
body.
Appalachian Trail kind of thing.
It might have
A
been
curious pearl.
our version was
I
Well,
called
should
Oregon
check
Trail. You
I
could have
around
something
the
different.
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Probably not.
So like you died of dysentery, snake bite, drowned in a river.
Actually, that one's been mentioned a couple of times on TV shows.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I've
a cultural
watched
touchstone
old
at this point.
TV. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like that was like those like Zork and Oregon Trail were like my first two early memories of PC specific gaming. I mean, I had like when back in like
Something's
'83, I
wrong
want to
down there.
say my
I
babysitter
sense
had
magic. Vile
next
magic.
door neighbor had Asteroids
Cages.
arcade cabinet in his
These people
garage.
did nothing to
Those
deserve
kids
it.
would play that.
There's someone alive.
Thank the divine. It's a nightmare.
The
Yeah,
mother's
then
is there.
or
Something.
close to that time, my dad also got around that time. My dad also had
Thank you for setting me
an
free.
Atari 2600, and I remember playing Pitfall. Fun fact: Jack Black actually did commercials for Pitfall.
Actually,
A daedra.
I can't remember the games we played on the Atari.
If I remember my daedra presentation
I remember
correctly,
ColecoVision. We
I
were
had a
playing Pong.
ColecoVision, but I did have Pong on Atari.
Yeah.
I didn't have the
It's
ColecoVision.
amazing how long you can actually sit there just bouncing a ball
Oh
back
yeah.
and forth. How many hours you killed just doing that. It's like,
Well, then see, like also
think about it now.
like 83, 84, around that
and one
time.
I hope to find the answer
I
to.
was going to the
From
local
the
Boys
evidence
and
we
Girls
amassed,
Club
it appears
because
this
both my
boy
parents were
achieved the
actually had
supreme
office
before his
jobs at the
time for his
time.
own rules. Good for him.
And they had arcades set
I
up that
found this key on the creature's
you
back.
just
Yeah.
It can open that door.
basically free to play while you're there. So we played a ton of like older like Donkey Kong and stuff like that at the arcades there.
I suggest
Oh,
I
Donkey
explain
Kong, I was
everything
really
later.
good
For
at.
now, we need to hurry.
I
I
was never
remember
good
that
at
one.
Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. I was never really good at any of those games, to be honest.
Well, I played them in the actual arcades, and then when they went to console, basically, I got pretty good that way.
Oh, do you remember somebody talking about Duck Hunt on the NES and Miss MTP's stream?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
You know,
Duck Hunt.
in
Yep.
'85, I was in Reno, Nevada for Christmas, and my parents got me an NES that year.
Uh
And
huh.
my mom got before I got the present, before it was revealed to me, they had it unboxed, and they had the
Hold off these creatures.
AV guys at the hotel hook it up to the TV, and behind on the other opposite wall of the TV was a big mirror on the wall,
Uh,
and I was shooting ducks through the mirror.
oh, no way.
Yeah, because it was a camera,
Cool.
so the gun
Yeah.
would see that
Yeah.
there was a duck there, and yeah, so through the mirror, like I thought that was the
Let's talk
coolest thing
outside.
Yeah.
that I could shoot ducks through a mirror on my TV.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so like I said, because my dad was he was very much into technology and all that. I had all that kind of stuff growing up.
Yeah, my mother wasn't so much then. She is now, but she still doesn't get the gaming thing. She thinks I'm nuts.
Yeah, well,
But
she's a bit on the older side. My
yeah.
mom understands because it's something that's always been like, when I've had gaming, that's kind of what I was always into like
Yeah.
art, gaming. Like it was
Yeah, I
always a release for me.
really didn't get into it until I was more into my adult life and married. Then it was the wife wanted a game system, so okay, got her it for Christmas, and then I tried it out, and I was like, okay, this
What
is
game
kind
system
of
does she
fun.
want?
And the NES
Yeah,
at
yes,
the
okay,
time
yeah.
when it came out. I got it when it first came out. that's what you wanted, so yeah. And I
Yeah,
didn't
it's like
argue
the
with you.
NES, this SNES. Those were all good systems back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I remember I had the NES, and then I don't know, like late like 80. I want to say 90. I got the Sega Genesis when that shortly after that came
Mm,
out,
yeah.
and I got Sonic. That was kind of fun. Um,
Yeah. Oh.
and then like I remember the game that I really wanted to play on that one was it was a fighting game called like Eternals or something like that. And that
Uh.
was when GameStop started really being prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the family friends, she worked at GameStop, so that was really cool. At the mall. And I was just old, like at that point, I wasn't quite old enough to work yet. I really wanted to work there. I thought that was cool,
Yeah, working in a game store would be cool. I
especially when
mean,
you're a teenager. You
even
think it's just
now.
all fun, but it's not that great.
Yeah. No. No.
The idea
Once you
sounds
get
cool.
there, it's like no.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
the only
It's
advantage
retail.
is you get to see stuff coming in when before anybody else does, kind of thing, or you get
Yeah.
heads up on new games before everybody
Moving
else.
on our tail
But
for a few
now with all the
centuries, we
showcases
should prepare you for
and
facing
directs and
competition.
all that, like it's really not even
Let the eye of the
digital.
beholder
Like
know what we discovered,
you can
and I'll
download
catch up
the
with
game
you
that
later.
at midnight the day it's released, so it's not even like you get it really that early anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, there are some
Yeah.
games that does force you to early, but still, it's not even that big of a deal anymore. Like it was back 10
No,
years
not
ago.
anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Now I get all my games are all digital. I don't buy disc anymore. I just order them online, download them. Okay, Raz, where are? Oh, okay. Razumdar. Crazy Khajiit.
Oh,
Ah,
I love
what's
Razumdar.
new,
He's
partner?
my
Oh, I
he's my
know.
man.
What interesting scandal did you uncover in
Yeah.
the
Like
monastery?
if I was in
Yes,
Tamriel,
indeed.
like I'm not bisexual or anything, but like I would have the hots
Hmm.
for Razumdar. He's just a
Yeah.
silky smooth cat.
Oh,
That
yeah.
isn't the kind of scandal
Perfect.
Raz would
Perfect for the
tolerate.
role that he plays.
Oh, yeah.
The
Just like he
daydreamers
could
who
swoon
celebrate
anybody.
good
I'm so
behavior have a way of
smooth.
ruining an otherwise perfect day.
Uh-huh.
We accused?
Okay.
Not exactly. Raz won.
Oh,
See, there was a life kindling.
Like between
right.
like all like the male main characters like Razumdar, Darian, Jakar. Like I think
Hmm.
Darian and Jakar are like two like himbos and over the top
Hmm.
with their flirting, and I think
Yeah.
Roz is flirting since it's all like neutral, like male female is still flirting type of thing. I think
Yeah.
Roz really has that flirt balance down really good, where it's not like seeming desperate or overly himbo.
True.
And I think that's why, like out of like the guy characters, I think he's the smoothest because he doesn't come off as like, oh, I'm flirting with you because I'm the thing. It's like some cheesy himbo thing. And then like my level of flirtation with the those three main characters is like Roz, Darian, and then like definitely Drakkar is like the himboest of the himbos. It's all
Yeah, I
like over the
agree.
top, like in your face, like
Yeah. Yeah, they did a pretty good job with the characterization of their personalities. You know, I mean, there are days that sometimes I even have downright conversations with my NPCs that have absolutely nothing to do with the game, just because I'm bored silly.
I get that.
Yeah. Um,
Like the one Narura from the Morong Tong that you first meet in Deshaun, I think it's Deshaun area maybe. Um, but then when you go to Morrowind, she's a part of the main storyline there, and
uh-huh.
like I like her flirting because she is over the top, but it's in a way that it's kind of like, is she flirting or is she being condescending?
Yeah, I agree on that one.
It's kind of not
Because
like
you can't
it,
tell a hundred
it's not like
percent.
I'm
It's like,
desperately flirting with you, but like maybe you think
yeah,
I'm flirting with you, or I'm
yeah,
just being, I'm gonna stab you in the back the next day.
yeah. The one that not so much as flirty, but the really cheerful one that I find the most is that the little elf. Oh, why can't I think of her
Sharp
name?
Arrow, Emily Sharp Arrow, I think it is.
Sharp Arrow. Yeah,
Yeah, she's a good
yeah,
character.
her. And
I
she's
also
always
like
so upbeat.
um the the mage through the first main storyline.
Oh,
I can't remember her name. It's an M. But she's the one
I can't.
for the Skyrim expansion. She's the one
Oh, okay.
in the antiquities. She's at the thing where you first do your first dig. Her
Oh,
Gabriella.
I know who you're thinking of, but I can't get. Yeah, Gabby.
That one. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Dave's
Okay.
remembering
One
was
sec. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
I
I'll be muted for
spaced
a
it.
second.
Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's where I am. Again, ladies meeting. Yeah. Okay, later, Roz. Down the stairs we go. Out the frackin' door. I should check. Ooh, I do have it. No, that's that. Still don't have it. Okay. Oh no. Ugh.
Okay, sorry about that. I was eating a second hot dog for my second lunch.
Oh, that's okay. I went to go let the dogs in, not realizing that my roommates had already let them in.
Yeah, well, they were just not paying
But
attention to you, the dogs.
yeah, so
That
yeah,
was not bad.
it's like
6 gigabytes. I'm playing. Gonna play Dead by Daylight with my kiddo.
Ah, cool. Dead by
Yeah,
Daylight.
so definitely, if you're streaming
Oh,
tomorrow, I will be
it's
on.
a zombie one.
Oh, not zombie. It's a killer.
Ah.
So it's like four people are survivors.
Work together to repair. One player is a killer who goes off trying to stop them from escaping.
Yeah, did you get that?
Oh. Yeah, I did. Cool.
Okay, that's kind of fun. I'm really horrible at it. It's got like quick time events in it. So
Yes.
like
And who are
timing
you?
things, like when
Mm.
you're fixing a generator or healing
Shiva's
somebody,
currently
there's like a
engaged.
little
She's
Oh.
holding a
little
conference
like
with
thing that you have to
civilians and
hit within the right timing. Which,
Yes. So you
just
think.
face it, I'm old now, so you know my reflexes and reaction time aren't great. And like
Ah.
when you're fixing a generator to open the gate, if you miss that quick time event, it stops you,
Mm-hmm.
makes a loud
We
bang, so
all
the
have
killer knows
concerns
you're working
regarding the
on it.
Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with
Progressive
all
sun
Mm.
dark
generator.
Yeah,
departments to
Okay.
safeguard the
it also
sanctity
like
of
takes
Shimmering
back some of
and
the repair
all of
work you've done.
Somerset.
So it takes
Oh no.
longer to
Enjoy
fix
the
it if you
food
keep
and
messing
drink.
that up.
Business of the city requires
Yeah.
my attention, but I
So like
shall
when
rejoin
me
shortly.
and their friends, like kiddo and their friends, are playing, I usually just run around and try being a distraction to the killer so they can get everything done. I'm like, don't
Mm.
worry about me living. I'm gonna distract the killer for you guys so you can escape. I'll be the sacrifice. I'll be the sacrifice.
Done.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Like the last game I played, we had like a random killer, like somebody that wasn't one of somebody we knew,
Uh-huh.
and I got caught at a generator, and I like panicked, and I ended up like standing up and squatting a few times because I was trying to do something other than not stand up and squat. And the killer just looked
Ah.
at me and was like, okay. And I guess I made friends with the killer.
Yeah, you befriended
I
them.
befriended the killer on accident.
You got lucky.
Oh.
They like
Aye.
that whole game they did not attack me.
Well, that's
which
pretty
is which
good.
is funny because I'd watched somebody on stream and they were talking about how like they won't kill people. They were playing Killer Pig Face or something like that. Pig.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it was from Saw. They were saying that their main killer was Pig from Saw, and they're like, oh, if you kneel to me and do something, I won't kill you.
give me this new
Ah.
offer or something.
And so I'd kind of had that kind of knowledge in the back of my head, but that's not what I was trying to do at that moment. I was just trying to distract them so nobody else got killed because I stink at the game. And but yeah, I befriended them because I was just panicking and befriended them in my panic. So it was like, okay, that's the thing I did, I guess.
Worked out in the end.
Yeah. But it's like because I'm so horrible at those quick times, it's just like ugh. I'm always like messing up the healing animation or the generator repair.
Well, yeah. It's like when you have a certain time on some of the puzzles in ESO.
Yeah. Oh, like I'll get crap for this one, but like anything with a quick time event that I can like auto pass, I do it because I just know I'm gonna fail. And it's not like I can't like okay, sometimes it's I can't do it. But it's like I just because my timing is not great, I get frustrated if I can't.
Uh-huh.
And knowing that I can't. Like quick time events are the worst kind of example of that because you have to hit it within a certain period of time or you fail. And
Yep.
it's just like I either hit it just too soon or just too late. It's not even it's not even like it's just so
It's just too
close.
much,
Yeah,
too frustrating.
yeah. Like, and I'm the kind of person that I will not give up. If I think I can do something, I won't give up.
Yeah.
I'll keep going for it and keep going for it. And I know that I'll get to the point where, and it's only happened with one game, where I will get to the
Uh-huh.
point where I will rage quit a game. It takes a long time,
Ah.
but if I believe I could do something and I'm just not getting it and not getting it, I'll get so determined to do it that it can lead to the point of me rage quit. And I'll let you know the game I rage quit. This was it. Excuse me. Like I want to say late '80s. It was on the NES. It was a game called Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah.
Back in those times, if there was a game save, it was usually at the beginning of a level. Nothing
Uh
in
huh.
between. And I kept getting just halfway to three-quarters of the way through the level on Ninja Gaiden and died. And I kept playing the same stupid level over and over and over and over and over again. I did that for a year. And my rage quit was I'm done. I
Uh huh.
turned off the console, unloaded the game, and never touched it again.
Oh no.
I was so
Uh,
frustrated that I just stopped playing
I've
the game.
done that. Yeah, I've done that. I've stopped playing the game for a while because I was stuck on an area that no matter what I couldn't figure. And then it was 6 months, a year later, I end up back in there. Oh, this is how you do it.
See,
You know, it's
I don't
like,
know, I was like, I wasn't even preteen at that point.
ah,
So I was done. I just never played the game again. I love the game. I thought Ninja Gaiden was so cool, but
yeah.
it literally frustrated me. It literally a year. Every day after school, I would play until I physically my hands hurt. I couldn't play anymore.
Mm.
And yeah, I will not play that game.
I haven't come across one where I'll never play again, but there are some that I just don't play because there's just no interest, or
Oh yeah.
I've tried
No,
them and it's like, nah, it just doesn't do it for me.
like I said, that's the
But,
only game I got so upset with that I quit.
hmm,
Because like you, yeah, I'll eventually get it, but that game I just wasn't getting it. I couldn't. I just physically did not know what I was supposed to do at that point in the level.
ah, okay.
So and it like literally scarred me enough that I will not play a Ninja Gaiden game because of it.
Won't even try the newer version, updated
Nope,
versions.
nope. I
Nope.
I downloaded them. I tried one, and I'm like, you know what? No, it's not like. I played like a couple minutes. I'm like, no, no. I just do not like these games. I do not want to be a part of these games. I'm done with them.
Eh,
That's how bad of a taste it left in my mouth. That I was like, nope.
okay.
I'm like permanently done with this series,
Mm,
modern or not.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
when I quit a game, I quit.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think if there's ever been one that I've just outright never, ever even thought of trying again. And honestly, I haven't come across one yet.
Friend Michael,
Has that has frustrated me to the
Mhm.
point where I'll never touch it again.
got you, bunch of you. A space,
Oh,
Freddy,
okay. So yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, which one should I wear? You know, it's like, Ghostface. I already wore those. Michael. He's like, who the fuck is that? Myers. He's like, oh, I read that as Michelle.
Okay. Sorry, my kid was telling me a story about their friend. That
Oh no,
friend got.
that's okay. Hey, I got
Oh, that's
no problem with it.
yeah. I got a flashlight so I can blind the killer. I gotta give myself some game sound here. Okay.
Oh my god, Leon's scared.
Okay. Uh, Come on, coffee, hurry up. Yeah, I know. One cup of coffee, trip to the bathroom. One cup of coffee, trip to the bathroom. Gotta hate getting old.
Oh yeah.
Ah, there we go.
There's a lot of reasons why I don't like being old.
Yeah, well, between the fact that I'm getting up there in age and the MS, it's like every 20
Ah,
minutes to a
dang.
half hour or so I'm hitting the damn bathroom. It just drives me nuts. Okay. Oh, I gotta get the Sigic skill line, and then I gotta go and find somebody who give me a vampire bite.
How bold of you. The Neverard dares to
Oh,
stand in my
fuck.
holy presence. You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, no, I jest. You really are well informed about the shimmery
Sorry.
You're right. Where are my manners? Using... That's a serious accusation. I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a bite? No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests.
Oh, I'm here.
Especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out. Before I call the guards.
Hmm? Why? Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the... Aldark Tilkala came highly
No.
recommended.
How many gens did you get, kiddo?
For protecting
What
Shimmerine
so far?
grand plans.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in my haste to
Sorry,
seal this
Bronx. I
Queen's
missed that.
decree,
I was
you
talking to my kiddo. I
forgot
asked how many generations. I just
Aldark.
died in the game,
But
so.
my chancellor has
Oh.
been unable to verify the Aldark's existence
But I was doing my
as
job of
Queen
trying to
yet.
distract the killer,
And
even though somebody kept
I recommended him for the
running
position
in to get
at the
me.
monastery. That's
mm.
preposterous. Aldark Tikala
Okay.
But the killer was like hovering around my body on the
So,
hook, so
the coral,
Oh.
an odd location for a meeting.
I don't mind dying to
Better
help
need to
everybody
hear the
else out.
Aldark's explanation.
Yeah. Okay, come on. No, that's not who I want to talk to. I'll go this way. Okay,
He's currently got somebody on his shoulder, hooking him.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot.
Ah.
Raz thinks of an the coral forest.
I'm glad I thought.
He's hovering around that body.
Is meeting the Aldark in the coral forest.
If you
Raz
want to work
smells
ends, kiddo,
and it isn't
he's
Muriel.
camping that body.
Your reputation precedes you, eyes the Queen. I am Valserine of the Sigic Order, and I agree that the
Oh,
Aldark
he got the person that was always saving me.
stones.
Good eye. I didn't even see that runestone.
Now I've just decided to mess with the killer.
Yeah, bye bye.
Right, here he comes. So you're still playing ESO?
Oh yeah,
What you doing right now?
I'm still working on getting my Sijic skill line, and then I
Oh,
gotta
the
find
Sigil
somebody to
showing,
give.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I
That
gotta
one
find
bugged me
somebody
for the
to.
longest time until I figured it out. It was so hard finding those little portals.
One of
Yeah.
Somerset's more unique. They
And it was
stumbled
like
a
also
sorting
like the same thing with the antiquities, finding those little mounds until
Oh,
you until I read or somebody told me that you use the little eye thing to find the direction. I was like, oh, that makes it so much easier than trying running around blindly looking
yeah.
for these points.
I know, but they are a pain. And then if you don't do it right, you don't always get everything you need to get.
Murder! That wasn't part of the plan,
Antiquities,
Olga.
I don't have the patience as
You
much as I
know
should,
that.
but actually,
Fool. Let me bargains
I,
in store for this
sorry, distracted on my game for a second. I, okay, stop for a second. The antiquities, I gotta kind of like set aside one day or something where I spend all my time working on antiquities. The same with
Uh,
all my
quick hack for
time.
antiquities actually. When you do that, go to Artam
Uh huh.
and just do the Artam ones because they're so close together.
Oh,
That little area right there, there's antiquities there, and it's not a very large landmass, so it's not like going to you know Daggerfall and
yeah. Okay. But no, I actually wanted to get my hands on the Oaken Soul ring, but you have to turn around and do it through all antiquities, and it's like, oh,
Razumgar apprehended. I think we
and I'm
can
not
conclude. You'd be
getting as
surprised.
well
The
as I
right
can with it.
one more
And it's supposed to
adjustment.
be a really
There.
good, powerful
You are
ring.
now attuned. Find me on
Uh,
Artaeum after you finish with the.
oh, I gotta kill the Eye of the Queen now, right? Somebody's killing it for me.
there's your friend Fizzle. Fizzle.
Pardon? Hey, Matt, how's it going? Not bad. Streaming right now. I've got my friend Bronx on here that I met through one of my stream channels.
Olga to murder so
So
many newcomers.
What's up, Fizzle?
Such a scandal makes fellow
I'm.
travelers
It's
uneasy.
Not
going.
bad. No. You may or may not heard of a Disney show called Gargoyles. The dog, yeah, named after. I got my nickname after the dog Gargoyle. No. See, because I'll give you a little background story. My girlfriend at the time gave me a 2-inch spiked
They
dog
point
collar and
this,
said I was like
then you
Bronx.
must go.
Very intimidating, but really cute and cuddly.
Have you come to
So,
I met him at
No, no, no. That she reminded me of the gargoyle dog Bronx because he looks very
Thieves'
intimidating,
Paw?
but deep down he's just a softie. Yeah, I never know how old people are. Most people I talk to nowadays are kids. They've never heard of it. Oh, there you go. Yeah. You know what? The one thing I'm
Come,
upset about,
let
like,
me
I
take
cannot find
care.
a Bronx action figure. Yeah, they're really cool. I'm like, why can't I have an action figure? Yeah, they're expensive though. They're not as prevalent. Oh yeah, yeah. I want to collect those. Currently, I have V, Johnny Silverhand, Takamura, um, uh, so male V, couple Johnnies, Takamura, um, uh, uh, I can't think of his name now. Your buddy at the beginning of the game, Jackie. Jackie. I've got those figures. Those are the figures I have. I have a lot of Funkos though, but action figure wise, I have all the Cyberpunk action figures. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. They really captured
Griffin.
Keanu's look.
Ah, beating up a griffin. Yep. And streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Sorry,
been playing
sorry,
quite a bit.
sorry, sorry about the other day, but we had a power out that lasted for a while. Uh huh. You're not gonna drop that one, are you? I was trying to type something and I was trying to say issues and it came out shoes, new shoes. It's like what the? No, it doesn't. Okay, you got to send me one. 3XL. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm doing ESO right now. Bronx is playing Dead by Daylight with his daughter.
Yeah, I'm
So
playing Dead by Daylight with my kiddo.
I'm in Arteum right now. I'm working on getting the Sijic